What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Lounge Room Network 2021 Draft Special. I am Sports Talk Rhino on Twitter, Rhino Alberts in real life, and I am super excited to bring to you this draft special this evening. I've got some amazing people all from the Lounge Room Network here. I am joined by my co-host on the Title Towel Lounge. He's got his own show over at Brew City Lounge. Brandon, you can find him on Twitter at Wisco_Brandon. Of course, we've got both of the hosts of the Bama Lounge. We've got Adam. You can find him on Twitter at AdamRaymer11. And, of course, Blake at the Blake Stolzer. And, of course, we've got AJ from the Draft Lounge. You can find him on Twitter at AJDesai4. Wyatt, one of my co-hosts from the On Point Discussion. Of course, he is at Twitter at the Cornelius7. And the one and only Steven, you can find him at the No Horsing Around podcast. He is on Twitter at StevenBurton86. Guys, the draft is finally upon us, and it could not wait to hit us with the right hook right off the bat. Dude. Oh, what a day. What a day. What a day. Adam, let's hear from you.
Go ahead, Rhino. No, I was going to say, go ahead, Rhino, because I know you and Brandon want to start.
Let me hear from my co-host of Title Town Lounge. Let's hear what you have to say, Brandon.
Well, I don't really know what to say right now. Mark Schlereth is tweeting right now that Rodgers to Denver is all but a done deal, but the deal could still fall through. So I don't know if anybody really knows. I guess as a Packer fan, as a Rodgers fanboy, I really never thought that this day would come and come so fast. I woke up this morning excited about draft day, excited about not really having a whole lot of pressure on the Packers picking at 29. If they trade up, great. If they trade out, that's fine too, because you're at 29. Now, a couple hours ago, 3 or 4 hours ago, the news breaks that all of a sudden Rodgers is super unhappy and he was offered a restructure and he turned it down, and then he was offered an extension and he turned it down. So I guess I don't really know how I feel going forward. There's a lot of stuff still pouring through right now. I don't know how obviously something happened along the lines as far as the front office goes with Rodgers' relationship. I honestly never thought that this day would come. As a Packer fan, I thought that, Rodgers, as he has said multiple times publicly, he wanted to retire as a Packer and he did not want to have an exit like Brett Favre did. And I think we are starting to see the wheels kind of fall off the wagon as this draft is now underway. I guess we will see. Denver's the rumor right now, and they have a top 10 pick, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong.
I believe they're at 9. Yep.
So I guess, I mean, if there's a package for Rodgers, Denver's essentially picking for the Packers is what I would assume. If that doesn't happen before that pick, but I don't know. I don't know where. You're back-to-back NFC Championship games. I don't want to hear the BS about Rodgers not getting the help. I mean, he's got help. There's quarterbacks in the NFL. I said this to Rhino. Tom Brady ruined football. He ruined how we look at quarterbacks.
Yes, he did. He did.
And now we're looking at, there's probably a little bit, and I'm not speaking for Rodgers, but there's probably a little bit of jealousy between Rodgers and Brady because he sees Brady go to a new team and get whatever he wants, and he thinks like, well, why can't I have that? And Green Bay, as an organization, has consistently put a winning team around him. They have paid his friends of the team. They have kept the top tier players of their team. You obviously want to see him go out in free agency a lot more than they probably do. But again, they keep the guys that they have, and you can only do so much. So I don't know. If it happens, I guess it happens. I honestly am unprepared for this. I don't know.
I don't think. I mean, these people aren't even Packers fans, and they're unprepared. Wyatt, go ahead, bud.
Can I ask you guys a question? What package would you see reasonable? I know it's Aaron Rodgers, but for the Denver, if they traded with Denver, what packages would it be? 3 first-rounders and a couple players? What do you guys see?
Oh, we're obviously going to see at least we're going to get the 9 for sure. We're going to get probably a 3rd or a 4th in this draft as well, but we're going to get their next, at a minimum, their next 2 firsts, if not their next 3 firsts. I mean, you saw the package that was being offered for not only Russell Wilson, but for Deshaun Watson, the rumors that were going around those packages. There's no way that Denver walks away with this with Aaron Rodgers without spending at least 3 ones. And that includes the 9. And I wouldn't be shocked if Green Bay kept their 29.
Did y'all see the report? Did y'all see
No.
the report about Jordan Love jokingly calling Aaron Rodgers Ron during a recent offseason workout? Aaron Rodgers hasn't spoken to anybody in the Packers organization since.
Okay,
Yeah,
I would be willing to bet that report's that sounds like it's a bit out there.
Wyatt, to go off of what you're saying, what do you offer for the greatest quarterback to ever play the position from a talent perspective? 3 first-round picks doesn't do it for me. 5 first-round picks don't do it for me. I don't, and that's a question. Like, I mean, what is a realistic offer for the guy? And I'm biased, and I don't care. I'll admit it, but I haven't seen a quarterback throw the ball for a consistent, time frame that Rodgers has, like he has. People say Mahomes. Well, Mahomes has only been doing it 4 years. Rodgers and Mahomes accomplished the same things in the first 4 years as starting quarterbacks. I mean, they're identically the same thing. Rodgers has now been doing it for 16 years. He's, in my opinion, the most talented quarterback to ever play the position from a talent perspective. What do you give up for that? I don't know. He's going to be 40 years old soon. So we all know this day's coming. I don't think we thought it would come as fast as it has, but the reality of it is he is almost 40. So, I mean, we have to also understand that he's not Russell Wilson and he's not in the prime of his career.
Yeah.
That is true. Turning the page here, we'll obviously get back to the Aaron Rodgers drama as it unfolds. I'm sure this is not the only thing we're going to be hearing throughout the night. We do have 8 picks before Denver's potential first-round pick. Moving on to what quarterbacks are we going to see over the first 5 picks, guys? I mean, obviously we're going to see Trevor Lawrence at 1. We're going to see Wilson at 2. Where is Fields going? Where is Matt going? Where is Lance going? Steven, I'd like to get your input on that.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking with my co-host Zach. We've been texting all day, and he's got a gut feeling that it's going to be Trey Lance at 3, and that Justin Fields is going to head to Atlanta. We kind of had a little disagreement on that. I'm not real sure if Fields goes there. I like the pick of Lance if he does go to the Niners, because that it coincides a little bit with what they were saying of they want to keep Jimmy G. You keep Jimmy G. Trey Lance has got to have a year to kind of sit. He's got to have that almost that redshirt year because he doesn't have any experience. I mean, really, I had Adam on the other night, and we were talking about Mac Jones too, and he's not a bad fit for the Niners either, I don't feel. My question with that one, and I'll throw this out to you guys too, is I don't know about – I've always felt that they could have got Mac Jones where they were sitting at, that they're eyeballing somebody else at 3. So, I'd love to hear what you guys think. Mac Jones, for me, seems kind of more like the wild card of everybody, of all those quarterbacks that are going to go, because I just don't know where he's going to go.
We've got our residential Alabama guys here. Adam, what are your thoughts on Mac?
I think he fits the system for San Francisco. Me and Blake talked about this last night. I think Blake likes him to go to Atlanta for one reason only, so he can throw passes to Julio Jones and Calvin Ridley. But as far as a system quarterback, I think he fits San Francisco well. I just don't know if everything obviously that's been said is blown smoke and just kind of a way to get Trey Lance in there. So I like the pick at 3 for him. I actually like the pick at 4 for him. But if he doesn't go there, he's going to drop, I think, to like 15 to New England.
So, I mean, saying that Atlanta is going with a quarterback, I mean, we're assuming that they're virtually giving up on Matt Ryan at this point. I've made this argument in the past on both the On Point discussion and on another podcast that I believe the Atlanta roster is just a couple of picks away from being a competitive roster. They added a couple defensive pieces to that roster, maybe even a Kyle Pitts out of Florida, the tight end, and they could easily be a 10 or 11 win team. I mean, Wyatt, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, their defense actually looked pretty good after their 0-4 or 0-5 start. I could see them picking up Justin Fields. Matt Ryan, I know his contract's untradeable right now. I think it's past June 1st that it's a little bit more foreseeable that he gets traded. So let's say they draft Justin Fields and then they trade Matt Ryan after June 1st.
Do you think if they picked up Justin Fields, they wouldn't want him sitting behind Matt Ryan for, say, a year or two?
It's possible, but Matt Ryan's going to know he's on his way out, so he might, want to get traded or pushed out. But I could see him sit for a year. I mean, Justin Fields, I think, is still a real deal, and I'm surprised that I would be surprised if the Niners don't take him at 3. Even though he doesn't fit their system. Like Adam mentioned, Mac Jones fits the Niners system a little bit better.
I mean, I would argue that any one of the quarterbacks in this draft would fit Kyle Shanahan's system. He is kind of a quarterback guru. Even though he hasn't done the greatest job with Jimmy Garoppolo, I never thought he was going to be, an elite or a top 10 quarterback to begin with, even with his time in New England. AJ, what are your thoughts on Fields in Kyle Shanahan's system? Do you see him being a viable quarterback in that system?
I think Justin Fields has the ability with his accuracy to be a better quarterback in Kyle Shanahan's system. Just like you mentioned, Rhino, he's more of a quarterback guru. And like these 5 quarterbacks, I think any of them could fit. Obviously, Trevor Lawrence is going to go 1 overall. Zach Wilson is going to go 2, so you only have 3 left. So, I mean, any of those 3 can fit. I mean, I just didn't buy a couple of weeks, yesterday, that San Francisco is going to go with Mac Jones. I thought it was always like Justin Fields, even though it's not a fit, or Trey Lance because of like what Shanahan did back in Washington. But he also coached guys like Kirk Cousins, Jimmy Garoppolo. But I think, this past season, Jimmy Garoppolo, I mean, yeah, he was hurt, but to begin the season, like his accuracy is something that Kyle Shanahan cannot work with. And that I'm not throwing any shade on Mac Jones. I think Mac Jones can work with Shanahan to work on his accuracy. I think that's a good fit for him too. And I also think Trey Lance, and I definitely agree with Steven's point here that he's going to have to sit for a year. So San Francisco is going to have to do something. If they go with Lance, they're probably going to have to keep Jimmy Garoppolo for a year to have him sit. And then by 2022, that's where Trey Lance overtakes the offense.
Now I'd like to expound on something very quickly, and then we'll get back to who was going to go next. Adam Kunos commented on the YouTube stream, and he said, "Who would take Matt Ryan?" Anyone shout out? Who do you think would be a good landing spot for Matt Ryan if they were to take Justin Fields in Atlanta and trade Matt Ryan?
Chicago's a great option for Matt Ryan.
A great example. I mean, Andy Dalton.
That's actually that's a very good point. I think Matt Ryan would fit in well in Chicago.
And like the thing with Matt Ryan, and no offense to Matt Ryan, he's better at his job than I am at mine, but he's a basic quarterback. I know he's an MVP winner, but he doesn't have to. He doesn't have to go out there and with like Mahomes and Rodgers and make plays out of the pocket. If he plays within the system, I think that Chicago, what you're getting in Chicago. You got a good receiver, core, Allen Robinson, whether he wants to be there or not, whatever. Yeah, your running back situation's pretty good. Your offensive line, you need some fortitude in, but defensively, you got a good defense in Chicago. I mean, it's solid pretty much year in and year out. So I think Chicago would be great. And it's like a bridge, 2-3 year bridge for Chicago to find somebody if they can't get a hold of one this year.
You look at basically the Bears would have almost a similar offense to when Matt Ryan and the Falcons went to the Super Bowl. You got a big receiver in Allen Robinson. You got a speedy receiver in Mooney. You got 2 viable tight ends, still on the fence there. And you got a good running back. You just need to shore up the offensive line to protect Matt Ryan. But I don't see the Bears. They spend $10 million on Andy Dalton, and now they're going to spend a trade for Matt Ryan potentially, and then have to pay him 20-some million? Was he 26 million or something? So I don't see that with Pace and Nagy, but you never know.
Well, I mean, Matt Ryan is still he could still be a viable quarterback option. I mean, let's not forget the Bears spent $45 million on a quarterback option a couple of years back and then traded up to get Mitch Trubisky. So it's not out of the realm of possibility that even with the 1-year, $10 million deal that Andy Dalton got, that they would still try. I mean, the rumor is they're going to trade up for a quarterback prospect anyways. So if you're Chicago and you're unable to get a deal done in terms of moving into the top 10, top 7, what have you, and you still pick at 20, and you see that Atlanta took Justin Fields, if you're willing to move up for a rookie quarterback, would you be willing to trade for a Matt Ryan?
Yeah, I definitely would. Honestly, I don't particularly like Matt Ryan. Like, I think he's on his way out of the league in like 3 or 4 years. So, I mean, he's not as mobile. His accuracy is kind of questionable now. But honestly, I think the Bears need to just think younger, try to move up in this draft if they can't. Then, maybe next year try to trade for Wilson or who knows how their season's going to turn out with Dalton. They probably have a top 10 pick next year. So I don't really like a trade with Matt Ryan because I don't think it's going to get him anywhere. They might be 8-8 again or 9-7, or actually, I'm sorry, 8-9 because there's 17 games this year.
Yeah, there's the 17th game. Watching the stream, the feed of the NFL draft, it looks like we are about to be on the clock for the Jacksonville Jaguars' number 1 pick. I believe that is here in the next 5 or so minutes. We obviously know that Trevor Lawrence is going to the Jacksonville Jaguars. So let's touch on Jacksonville for just a moment. They are obviously several pieces away from being a contention-worthy team. What is the timeline that you guys see for Jacksonville becoming a competitive NFL team? Blake, what are your thoughts on Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville Jaguars?
I think Trevor Lawrence could go one of two ways. He could be really, really, really good at Jacksonville under Urban Meyer, or it could go to shit real quick. I mean, Jacksonville just doesn't have a great history of being able to get over the hump. They've always been able to get almost there, and then it's just downhill. Am I freezing up?
You did that for a moment, but it's okay. Obviously, I mean they need to add pieces across the board. What kind of second or third round options did you guys see out there that Jacksonville could add that could help Trevor Lawrence day one? Because he's obviously going to be the day one starter. What kind of options are there out there in the second and third rounds, AJ, that you've seen in the draft so far?
Well, I mean, Jacksonville could revamp the offensive line too. Look forward to the future for Trevor Lawrence's protection, protect his blind side, get a right tackle, get a left tackle. You have guys out there that are average at best in Jacksonville. So if you get a couple, I think they have 2 second-round picks. They can double down on offensive line in that round. I mean, some guys that I like for Jacksonville, if they can get them, like Liam Eichenberg could be one of their tackles. And Dylan Raduns out of North Dakota State could be another option for them because those 2 picks that they have, they're only about, I think, 12 or 11 picks apart. So I mean, even if they tried to get a offensive line or even maybe a running back, even, I mean, I think it's James Robinson that might actually handle the most of the load. But I mean, get some offensive line help your future star because, Trevor Lawrence's don't really come around that often.
Do you see him as that good of a prospect in the NFL? I mean, do you see him as a top tier quarterback in the next couple of years?
I think Trevor Lawrence, I mean, he does draw similar traits from when Andrew Luck was coming into the league back in 2012. I guess time will tell because, I mean, we just have to see him play week 1. I mean, he is a great prospect. Don't get me wrong. It's just I think we just have to see what Trevor Lawrence can do with the talent there in Jacksonville. I mean, it's not like Jacksonville has that much talent. They do have tons of missing pieces out there. Like I just mentioned, they need offensive line help. They need the linebacker help. They need a little cornerback help, and a little safety help. So they need help on the defensive side of the ball. So I mean, there's a lot of pieces that Jacksonville needs to fill. So, I mean, I would say, the first year might be rough for Trevor because there's not going to be that much help for him. He's going to only really have Laviska Shenault, James Robinson, and a couple of other weapons. It's not like he's going to have, guys like he did at Clemson, one of the best running backs in the country, in Travis Etienne. So, the first year is going to be rough, but then when Jacksonville adds more pieces and more building blocks, I think that's going to be more beneficial for him. But I think Jacksonville's front office has to realize that, after that they hired Urban Meyer, you have to let Urban Meyer run the show how he sees fit. You can't let Shahid Khan get involved in, what players he wants and all that stuff. Because, you already guys know when in the NFL fans, when ownership gets involved, it gets a little bit scary and stuff. So.
And that's actually a really good point. Blake and Adam can chime in on this. When Nick Saban was in the NFL, when he was with the Dolphins, he obviously had a vision of what he wanted to build that team around. One of those visions being Drew Brees. It was the front office that ultimately made the decision to go with Dante Culpepper, and that's what ended Nick Saban's tenure in Miami. It's kind of hard to think about what Miami really could have become had they actually gone with Drew Brees instead of him going to New Orleans. I mean, do you see a similar situation, Blake or Adam, happening in Jacksonville with the ownership stepping in and putting their foot on Urban Meyer? Or do you think they allow him to have, the majority of the control of the team?
Blake.
I
Okay,
think they'll
I'll
give him
go.
some time. I mean, oh, sorry, there's a little gap there.
It's all right. Jacksonville is officially on the clock, by the way. We have kicked off the 2021 NFL draft. We'll get back to the question. Adam, I'm going to go with you. Do you think that Jacksonville is capable of allowing Urban Meyer to have complete control of what he wants to do with the team, opposite of what the Dolphins were allowing Nick Saban to do with the Dolphins back in 2000, I believe it was 7 or 6?
Yeah. Capable versus actually letting him do it. You know what I mean? That's two different scenarios there. I think if you let Urban Meyer run the team like he wants to, obviously he was proven at Florida, he was proven at Ohio State. The guys, he's a winner. Now, I hate talking about that. I'm just letting you know now because I don't like Urban Meyer. I never have. I hated him at Florida just because, we had to play him. But in all honesty, man, he is a good coach. He knows what he's doing. We'll see if that transpires into the NFL. But I think capable, yes, but ownership has to stay out of the way.
That is a very good point. As you can see on the NFL draft stream, they're showing clips of Trevor Lawrence right now. He really did burst on the scene his first year, that championship victory that he had as a true freshman. The talent was there from day one. So it's not like he even really had to develop into that NFL-worthy quarterback over the years. I mean, he could have gone into the draft his freshman year had the rules allowed it. It'll be interesting to see what he does and how long it takes Urban Meyer to put together a contention-worthy team. I don't want to say championship-worthy team because it will take Jacksonville probably 2 to 3 years to at least be competitive in the AFC South. I don't think you're going to see much out of the Houston Texans, obviously, with their quarterback issues that they have. But we do have a resident Colts guy. Steven, what are your thoughts on the Colts going into 2021?
Colts wise, well, I was going to say, if I can say for a second, I was going to give you my thought on the Jacksonville Jaguars with Urban Meyer.
Sure, yeah, go ahead.
Personally, and this is a Colts fan too. I think Trevor Lawrence. I've said it on my podcast over and over. I've had Jaguars fans come at me for the last since they were going to get the number 1 overall pick, saying that they now had, and this kind of goes with Adam up there in his Titans jersey too, that they now had the best quarterback in the division. Which I've said over and over, I reserve all my fear for a quarterback that's actually taken snaps in the NFL. I do think he's going to be really good.
That's a fair point.
I don't think Urban Meyer is going to be good at all. Personally speaking, he is so used to winning. And he is going, like you said, Ryan, he's going to do a lot of losing these first couple of years. And then with college coaches, I mean, he is an amazing college coach. He is probably top 5 all time. But also the report came out today that he worked out Tim Tebow, at tight end, that he was going to bring Tebow in down to Jacksonville. So you have those connections with these college coaches that come up that think that are used to having the best players and not having the option really to work with lower level players. So, I mean, I think Trevor Lawrence is going to be good. I think Urban Meyer, I think that it could be a disaster. I don't really know. I'm not a fan of it. I wasn't a fan of the hire. So, I mean, that's kind of my feelings with them. As far as the Colts go, I am perfectly content with sitting back because I do not think they're going to draft tonight. I feel like they're going to trade out. They lost their 3rd round pick, giving it up for Carson Wentz. Ballard only has 6 picks. He loves to make picks. He's got holes he's got to fill. The areas that they got to fill outside of edge, it's a deep class, especially on the O-line. I would not be shocked if I'm sitting here and I don't get to talk about the Colts picking it all tonight. I wouldn't. And kind of gauging Colts Nation too, they feel the same way. We're going to almost be shocked if he makes a pick.
I went into today fully expecting the Packers to actually trade out of the first round and build up 2nd and 3rd round collateral. Obviously, a lot of that is up in the air now. Let's speak frankly without the idea of a Aaron Rodgers trade. Brandon, where are you sitting right now if the Packers still retain Rodgers, if the Packers still have that 29th pick and no other first-round picks for right now? What are your thoughts on what they do with 29 or at 29?
Well, I think at 29, there's a lot of interesting options that they can go. Obviously, if you guys tune into the Titletown Lounge, we broke it down for a few weeks. I like Barmore out of Alabama. You would think that, you know, one of these receivers would be there. Either Elijah Moore, Rashad Bateman. The list kind of goes on. And then also they have a hole with, you know, the cornerback position. You would think that probably Greg Newsome might be there, maybe Asante Samuel Jr. There might be, you know, options there at 29. Going into prior to possibly my life being ruined today, I was looking forward to drafting at 29 because the options were pretty good there. And you as a Packer fan, as a football fan, we know what the value at 29 is. You know, you could easily trade out of the first round and you'd be okay with that, you know, that return pick, you know, getting maybe an extra second or an extra third. Trading up, you could see the value in that as well. So I don't know. Now there's tweets out there that Denver's not in talks with Rodgers, that it was, but then AJ Hawk right now is on the Pat McAfee show saying that he has sources saying that there is talks. So I don't know. It's kind of going back and forth right now. As far as the getting back to the pick, I mean, I would be okay with really anything outside of a quarterback, to be God honest with you. But if Aaron Rodgers is gone, then maybe we get a quarterback. I don't know. I like the cornerback class, and I like the receiver class. Outside of Barmore and maybe Milton in the defensive tackle position, there really isn't a whole lot of value at 29 there to kind of reach for anybody else. But it's definitely going to be interesting. I think we'll find out where they're going in the next probably, I don't know, with the NFL moves like pond water. So probably in the next couple minutes here, hopefully.
Pick is in for Jacksonville.
I don't understand that real quick. I got a gripe real quick. We know the draft starts at 7:00. We know who the Jacksonville Jaguars have been picking for 4 months. Why is it at 7:30 that we are discussing
7 minutes?
Any chance it could be Wilson though?
No, I don't even understand how Wilson's ahead of
Mac
Field,
Jones.
to be honest with you.
Mac Jones.
God bless you,
pick
Brandon.
is
I
in,
was
so
thinking the
let's hear
same
it.
thing, man.
Hey,
They're throwing their
Mac
arms
Jones,
up in the
Mac Jones'
Jacksonville.
hometown, Jacksonville, Florida.
You think he gets the first overall pick?
Let's freaking go if Mac
Yeah,
Jones
there we
goes number freaking.
That would be stupid.
Dude, I would.
I would just be like, dude,
The internet-
I'm just letting you all know
Internet's going to
that if
break.
somehow
Like our stream is going to crash from the internet breaking.
Yeah, and we joked about him going number 2. Can you imagine if he went number 1?
oh Lord,
shit, we even joked about him going number
my
3.
God, dude.
Brandon,
AJ, I will not accept. AJ, I will not accept Mac Jones slander from you.
He's a very good quarterback. He can fit in San Francisco. If San Francisco picks Mac Jones, I will say it's a good pick.
here we go.
Let's see.
Dude, it is.
Here we go, boys.
I think Rodgers hammered,
Like
by the
y'all are
way.
ahead of me. Bro, he's always hammered.
I think he's hammered. Here
He's
we go.
like high too.
Hey, do you think he's drinking a Corona seltzer?
No, Aaron Rodgers drinks scotch.
No, I think he's
doesn't he?
drinking actually like raw whiskey.
They selected Trevor Lawrence. Okay, so something that we've known for 4 months has taken half an hour.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
He's married, right? Trevor
This
Lawrence.
is Mac Jones on my TV. What the hell?
Literally
You're-
26
you're-
minutes to the hour.
You're seeing Roll Tide. That's what you're seeing.
We are 26
Yes,
minutes
yes.
past the hour before we even get the first NFL selection. It is Trevor Lawrence, quarterback out of Clemson. He is your prototypical quarterback. He's got the stature, he's got the length, he's got the size.
First woman ever taken in the NFL draft.
The first what?
Woman.
Oh gosh.
The first woman taken in the NFL draft.
Does anyone
Sunshine.
else think he does not look very happy?
I wouldn't be happy if I was going to Jacksonville either. So
There's like no fist pumps. He looks almost sad.
Man, I got to go to this dumpster fire.
could you imagine adding with all of the atheist comments that Trevor Lawrence came out with over the last couple of weeks? Could you imagine adding Tim Tebow into that offensive meeting room? It's like, hey guys, can we start this? Can we start this day off with a prayer? Meanwhile, Trevor Lawrence is
Oh my
like,
gosh.
I will
No.
kill you.
Trevor Lawrence is religious.
I heard he was an atheist.
No, he's absolutely
Who was
he came out and he was talking about who's that Little Nas or whatever, those shoes that he had. He came out and condemned them. He's very religious.
Oh, so all right. There was another quarterback that was, and it looks like the Jets only took a couple of minutes to make their pick. It appears that the Jets will be going with Zach Wilson. It's not official yet, but they're showing Zach Wilson. He's
I don't like that.
from his-
I don't like that pick, man. I think Zach
Who do you
Wilson's
think they
overhyped.
should get? Who do you think they should
I think I would honestly,
I think
I'm not, I can look like an idiot 2 years from now or even 2 months from now. I think Justin Fields and Mac Jones are better than Zach Wilson. The best team that he went up against in college was Coastal Carolina.
Yeah, Coastal Carolina and Utah the year before.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Well, you never know, man.
For a pick six that game.
I guess the real surprise of the draft doesn't happen until the Niners pick.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, that'll be the first.
That's
that'll
when the
obviously
draft
be
starts.
first, yeah.
Hey, Blake, what do you think about Zach Wilson?
I want to punch him in the face every time I see him on my TV screen.
Little Ian Rappaport update on the Packers. He tweeted out an update on
Bro,
the Packers. That's really not an update. Green Bay hasn't engaged at all, despite a few teams calling about the trading for Aaron Rodgers. The Packers have no plans to trade him, so nothing has changed.
There you go.
So why? I want to know where these people are getting their. who are their sources?
Honestly, we know what this is though. This is you're going to tell me 4 hours before the draft, all of a sudden Aaron Rodgers wants out, and I don't know. I don't know. It could be NFL execs and GMs just causing a smoke signal for whatever reason.
I mean, obviously, both camps have leaked these statements. I mean, you obviously had the Packers camp releasing what the 49ers trade offer, and I firmly believe that came from the front office. And then you had the issues with Rodgers being unhappy with the front office that had to have come from his camp. So, I mean, are these contract extension tactics here? I mean, is any of this real? Because there was a Jay Glazer report a couple moments ago that said the front office never even told LaFleur they were taking.
I saw that too. But the only thing I'll say about this, and I saw that too, Rhino, is that remember 2 months ago, Russell Wilson was a Chicago Bear. I mean, do you remember that? I mean,
yeah.
I mean, I don't know. These guys don't have. I'm not saying that Jay Glazer and Adam Schefter are wrong and Ian Rappaport, but I mean, who are their sources and where are they coming from is all I want to say. I remember waking up and seeing Russell Wilson is all but a Bear pending approval from whoever. Like everybody was saying it. Rappaport, Schefter, everybody.
Yep.
So, I mean, I don't know. And then we hear Seattle like, no, we were never going to trade Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I kind of think Brandon is more of like a prisoner's dilemma game that these GMs and owners are playing, and they're just like mentally fucking with their fans right now. I think that's what they're doing because I mean let's just say that Rodgers was traded, right? What's the plan going forward for the Packers? I mean, are you gonna go up and draft the guy, or are you gonna put it in the keys or give it to Jordan Love? I mean,
no, they would have obviously given the keys to Jordan Love. I mean, they spent draft capital last year moving up to get him. So whether it's this year, whether it's next year, and see, here's the tricky thing about Jordan Love. If it's not by 2023,
then
you
trade Jordan Love and get what you can for him.
Yeah.
And I'll say this too, real quick about again, it goes back to my comments, and I'm not a hater. I just Tom Brady ruined how we look at quarterbacks. Look at how in the last handful of years how teams have won Super Bowls. How did the Rams get to the Super Bowl and the 49ers, Seattle, Kansas City? They got quarterbacks on rookie deals. I mean, that's how when you got a quarterback like Rodgers and now Mahomes, and you've got these guys and you're paying them 30 to 40% of your cap space. Well, there is only so much you can do. So if Rodgers is unhappy with the talent around him, I'm not telling him to take a pay cut. I wouldn't take a pay cut for whatever I was doing as a job, but there's only so much teams can do, especially when the cap goes from over 200 down to 185.
Mhm.
We do have the pick in for the New York Jets. I believe it's going to be Zach Wilson. They did show him in the green room hugging his mom, and he got off the phone. So I would have to assume it's Zach Wilson. We've known for months that, whether or not you saw the mock say Zach Wilson ahead of Trevor Lawrence, we've known for months that the first two picks were going to be Lawrence Wilson. And whoever said this earlier hit it right on the head. The draft does not start until pick 3. So the next 10 minutes after they announce the Jets pick are going to be extremely interesting. Do we inevitably see the Aaron Rodgers trade to 49ers? Do we see the Niners pick their own quarterback in Trey Lance or in Mac Jones or even Justin Fields? So after this pick, after they announce the New York Jets pick, that's when we get down to business. That's when we start seeing the real draft start. So Roger Goodell's walking up to the podium now. We will see what name is announced. I can't wait until about the 25th pick when he starts slurring every syllable.
If at this rate, we'll get there by midnight.
Zach Wilson is the official pick for the New York Jets.
That's me.
Now, Blake, I want to hear what your gripe is with Zach Wilson.
I don't know, man. He just has one of those faces you want to punch in the face.
So it's not. It's not his quarterback.
Now he's a New York Jet. Now I really want to. I mean, no, bro. Look at that dude. Like, what? I want to smash his face in.
Hey, did you guys?
The funniest thing that I've heard.
His professional pictures are worse.
It doesn't look good, that jersey.
Do what? Y'all cut out.
No, you're cutting out.
Steven, what were you going to say?
Well, I was going to say the funniest thing that I've heard, and I'm not okay. So me and Blake disagree on several things every once in a while, but I can agree. I'm not going to say I want to punch him in the face, but I can agree. I've never been a fan of him at 2, and I think the funniest thing I've heard is that Zach Wilson looks like an actor playing Zach Wilson in a Disney Channel movie.
Yep.
What did Lucas post in our group chat? He said, "Is this guy going to junior prom tonight?"
Yeah.
Did you see the bathroom selfie?
Yes.
Like, are you getting drafted or are you posing for Instagram?
I mean, damn! Look at his family. The whole look like they're ready for the prom.
I wonder if AJ took that picture of him.
So the Niners are on the clock. Niners have 6 minutes left. It does not appear they are probably going to make a trade. If they are 4 minutes in, I believe they probably would have had a trade lined up already, and we would have known about it. So being halfway through on the clock, now is where the real draft begins. Now we have the debate, Mac Jones, Trey Lance, or Justin Fields. I do have a bet in with a couple of people from the Lounge Room Network. I do have a bet with Austin and with Jeremy, a $50 drinking tab that Trey Lance does not go to the Niners. So we do have 5 minutes, 45 seconds to find out if I'm going to owe people $100 or not.
You have a 1 in 3 chance, or you have a 2 in 3 chance of winning that bet.
I have a 1 in 1,000 chance of winning that. Anybody.
They could theoretically take Justin Fields.
They could theoretically take Kyle Pitts and match him up with the other tight end that they have in San Francisco.
I think Justin Fields would be perfect out there.
I don't think Justin Fields is going to be perfect with anybody.
I don't necessarily. I think
if Mac Jones goes to San Francisco, everybody has to shotgun a beer.
I'm ready to get hurt again with the Bears with Justin Fields. Come on, bring him home. I'm ready to get hurt again as another quarterback.
How would you feel if you guys actually got him and he just flopped?
I'm ready to get hurt again, man. We haven't had a quarterback in a while. So, I mean, it gives me hope because going into the season with Andy Dalton does not give us Bears fans hope. I don't even want to watch the season.
Yeah, dude. I agree.
So we do have the Niners on the clock. They are interviewing Zach Wilson. I'm glad that I can't hear what is being said.
Hey, let's everybody real quick. Everybody make a pick for 3. Just
I'm going Mac. I'm going Mac. I've said Mac for 2 months now.
Mac Jones.
Right.
I'll go Justin Fields. I'm going to go against everybody because
I'm
I'm with you,
Justin
Brandon. I'm
Fields
going
too.
Fields. Fields is who I think's going to go with 3.
I'm the only one.
I'm with you.
I'm going
we
Fields.
We do have a comment in the chat from one of our viewers, Noah, who is a good friend of Brandon's. Noah said that Alabama.
No. Don't even. I don't even want to hear it. I don't even want to hear what he's got to say.
You know, he said that Alabama hates pretty people.
No, we don't hate.
Hey, Adam. Noah, he doesn't. He doesn't mean.
So does that mean Noah? Does that mean Noah thinks Zach Wilson's pretty? Does that mean Noah thinks Zach Wilson is pretty? Noah, do you have a kink for Zach Wilson? Is that it? Like, and now's a good time to let everybody know about it. I mean, we'll be in a big circle for you, brother.
He said, shh.
He said,
So how many people think Fields? Three people think Fields. How many think Mac Jones?
I'm going
How many?
Mac
Jones.
Trey Lance?
I think AJ, you went with Trey Lance, didn't you?
Yeah.
I like Mac to go to Atlanta.
I just think that giving up as much as they gave up that for Mac Jones, and no offense to Mac Jones, but I think that's a lot.
Yeah.
You know what, though? I really did like the move for San Francisco to move up to 3 because that really put them in the driver's seat of what they wanted to do.
Do they have Mac Jones, though, and Jimmy Garoppolo?
Well, Jimmy Garoppolo hasn't been able to play an entire season since he's been in San Francisco. I mean, he missed 10 games last year.
Took him to a Super Bowl, though.
I really liked that pick because – or that trade because it put them in the driver's seat. You know, it allowed them the opportunity after the first 2 quarterbacks had gone, Trevor Lawrence and Kyle Wilson. It allowed them to step back and evaluate the quarterbacks that were going to be available. If they didn't like any of the quarterbacks there, they could trade that pick for more draft collateral. And they're showing Mac Jones on TV right now, and he's got that Bama part. You know, the Red Sea looks like Moses did his haircut for him. But I think Mac Jones would flourish with Kyle Shanahan and the weapons that San Francisco has. I mean, I could see them immediately being back to an 11 or 12 win team next year. I mean, they did not have a starting quarterback on their roster after Jimmy Garoppolo went down. So I could easily see Mac Jones being the starter day one. And here's another trade potential. You draft Mac Jones or you draft Trey Lance or you draft Justin Fields. What do you do with Jimmy Garoppolo? Do you sit that rookie quarterback behind Garoppolo for the first year, or do you start him and you try and move Jimmy Garoppolo with that massive contract he got? Who wants to chime in on that?
Well, we know what happens when you rush a quarterback into starting. I think they probably keep Jimmy for another year. Remember, his contract is massive, so I think that they probably keep him for at least one more year, and kind of develop whoever they're going to take. You know, I would imagine it's a quarterback, but
pick is in.
Here we go. Yep. Here we go.
Here we go. Pick is in.
Here we go.
Justin Fields to break the Bears' heart.
Come on. Let's go, Bama.
Oh man, this is kind of nerve-wracking.
about to lose my shit if Mac Jones goes number 3.
Are you gonna punch air?
Who's on my
no.
screen? I got Miss Wilson. Miss Wilson still on my screen.
Well, Blake,
just real quick before they announce the pick, Peter Bukowski just tweeted out, the whispers about a Broncos-Rodgers deal are now full-throated yells.
That was a while ago, right?
No, that was – never mind. That was 48 minutes ago. I thought that said 48 seconds ago. My apologies. Yeah. But the deal that he was talking about was $9.46.
Oh, shit.
Jerry Jeudy.
Oh, boys,
hold on, Blake. Hold on. No.
No way.
If you're on Twitter, you already know who the pick is.
Yeah.
I'm purposely not looking at Twitter right now.
There's no.
All right, I got it. Yeah.
Trey Lance. Oh, sorry.
No, it's all right. So I lost $100.
Wow.
See, it doesn't surprise me, though.
They're already.
Hey, I'll go ahead and read this on. Hey, it's
that means the Bears can still get Justin Fields.
Bring out that pocketbook.
Blake, you scared the shit out of me when you said there was a trade.
You did too. You scared
I saw
me too.
Rhino's. No. I saw your face, Rhino.
Trey Lance might be a damn good quarter. He's going to sit. Definitely going to sit a year.
Well, he didn't play last year either. That's the other thing. I don't know. I don't know how you. I mean, I don't know. I'm not. I'm a Fields guy, personally.
Me too.
I mean, I like the pick. I think it's a good. Because he'll sit. He's 100% going to sit.
Yeah, he's a good
He'll
option.
sit behind Jimmy G.
Here's the next question then. Where does Mac fall to? Because Mac is not going to Atlanta.
He can follow
broke
the
Blake's
Patriots.
heart.
15.
This might be where Mac takes a tumble. Because
15.
I had said on Twitter a couple of weeks ago that whatever quarterback went 3 to San Francisco, the other 2 quarterbacks could potentially take a tumble, one of which being into the mid-20s.
You
I
got.
don't think Jones. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I don't think Jones makes it past the Patriots. I mean, if the Patriots move up, they're gonna take Fields. I don't think they move up to take Jones.
And that's a perfect point because they could be sitting back thinking, okay, Mac didn't go Niners. He's not going to go Atlanta. So, oh, gosh.
Well, and then the question, Rhino, too, though, is if he starts slipping, I don't know if he gets past a certain point because I think someone will jump up to take him.
They're talking New Orleans apparently has been trying to get into the top 10 all day. You would imagine I would imagine for a quarterback, right?
I can't think of anybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Jameis Winston's not the long-term option in New Orleans.
No, not at all.
So they've shown that.
Yeah.
Neither is oh man, why am I spacing on his name?
Taysom Hill.
Taysom Hill.
Yeah,
Taysom
Yeah,
Hill.
but that contract could be canceled, though. That's the thing about that
But
contract.
still, that's fine. But then you still need a quarterback.
He's got like
You're not
5
gonna-
voidable
You're not-
years.
Yeah.
You're not gonna roll with Taysom Hill as your
Yeah, for
starting
17
quarterback.
games.
But they're also in cap hell.
They are in cap hell.
Yeah.
They are, yeah.
And it
Absolutely.
does not get any easier for them in 2022 either with the cap.
No, it gets worse.
Yeah. So you're going to see some unloading. To be honest with you, I could see a New Orleans trade package including players, not picks.
Well, Michael Thomas wants out of there every other week.
I was just getting ready to say you could very well see Michael Thomas out, and I know we got Noah watching, who's a diehard Saints fan. So
That was
right.
Steve. That was Steven.
we're just trying to do an internationally wide live show about.
I
No,
know.
I'm totally kidding. By the way,
Hey,
But
Shock
is that
everyone
a-
if that was my
is
co-host.
that a
Zach.
flip phone? What was with that
No,
ring
God,
phone?
no. It's an iPhone.
No, it's not a flip phone because I have to pay $37 a month for that thing.
My co-host Zach, he just texted me and he said that he knew it was going to be Lance. I'll give him credit. He called it about an hour and a half ago. That he texted me and said, I got a gut feeling it's going to be Trey Lance.
So while we're waiting, condolences to Juan. He could not make it. Atlanta is on the clock. They've got 4:45 left. I've been screaming Kyle Pitts for months, and we talked about this earlier. I think Atlanta is a couple pieces away from being right back into contention. What does Kyle Pitts do for this offense? We remember when they went to the Super Bowl, the one that they should have won, they had a very good offense. They still have Julio Jones. They have Calvin Ridley. Kyle Pitts would make that a 3 deep threat option in Atlanta. Kyle Pitts may be a tight end. He is a deep threat. He can run a 4.5. He could get downfield in a hurry.
I've
here's
said
the thing,
this. Go ahead,
I'm
AJ.
sorry, Wyatt. Here's the thing about Kyle Pitts, though. Like, how much does he contribute to your team on the offensive side of the football? You know what I mean? Like, I know he does. I know he's a great player and stuff. But like, I mean, just like Brandon said earlier, before when we started the show, I guess Atlanta's defense started playing better after the 0-5 start. But wouldn't you want to like go defense here, like just to try to like salvage some of your defensive players? Or
But if you're gonna go defense here, I apologize, Adam. Is there a defensive worthy player to take at 4, or do you trade back to say 8 or 9, or maybe 11 or 12?
Trade back. Yeah, that's right.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. I was going to say, if you're going to stay at 4, there's no way in hell
Yeah,
that you're
I
not going to
agree.
take Kyle Pitts
Yeah, my bad.
or Justin Fields. You know.
Yeah,
But
I don't know why everybody's thinking Atlanta shouldn't go quarterback. Matt Ryan's going to be 36 this year.
That's another good point.
I mean, is Matt Ryan he had a horrible year last year. Is Matt Ryan Julio Jones God-given ability, but he can't stay on the field. I think Kyle Pitts is a horrible pick. I think
Well,
it's a
hold on
horrible
a second.
pick.
Hold on a second. See, I hate that narrative about Julio Jones that he can't stay on the field. He's played less than 14 games twice over the last 9 seasons. So I don't know why everyone has this idea that Julio Jones is so injury prone. He plays 14, 15 games
But-
almost every year.
But he's played sometimes as a decoy because his hamstring.
Yeah,
like,
and then
can't
you
go full speed.
exactly.
But do you not think that a top 3 wide receiver, even as a decoy, is still a viable offensive source? I mean, if you had Julio Jones out there as a decoy, you've still got Calvin Ridley on the other side of the field. I mean, you're gonna, whether or not Julio Jones is hurt, if he's on the field, you have to respect the fact that he's on the field. And the Falcons pick is in, so we're going to see who they are taking. I think it is going to be Kyle Pitts. There are a couple of us that thinks it's going to be Justin Fields.
I hope it's.
I don't think it'd be a
Justin
bad
Fields.
move to take a quarterback. I don't think
I don't disagree with that at all. I think if they did take a quarterback, the problem is then you got to start putting pieces around him because Julio Jones only has maybe a year left in Atlanta.
And Mac Jones.
Calvin Ridley. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was going to say Calvin Ridley is obviously that next piece, but they have no run game right now. They don't have the greatest option in tight end. So if you do go quarterback, are you admitting that you're in the rebuild mode then?
I think as in Atlanta, you kind of have to be. I think because you're not getting any younger in the quarterback position, and we know what teams that don't have quarterbacks or don't have a plan at the quarterback position, we know where it puts them long term. And if you can get a guy like Justin Fields or Mac Jones, a guy that you don't have to throw into the starting role for maybe a year or two, I think that's.
Ooh.
Don't say it. Don't say
Don't
it.
say it, Wyatt.
I'm not.
Oh, I see.
Like
it
on a
too.
20-second delay on my TV.
I just want to check Twitter so I know the pick before that.
Yeah, that's.
Am I going to be happy?
I don't know. It
No.
depends on who you're rooting for.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Rhino got it right.
Yep.
Rhino
like the
knows
pick.
this draft.
I like
Okay.
the pick.
Hey, I agree.
I like
with
it for the Bears. They have a chance to move up.
Yeah, well, I was going to ask. Chicago's got to be getting in here soon. You think New England has their eyes on Mac Jones? I mean, that's a Bill Belichick type guy right there.
Well, right now we've got 3 teams that absolutely want quarterbacks. At least you would think so. So you got Chicago, you got New Orleans, you got New England.
You
You've
could throw
only got-
Carolina in there. Carolina doesn't have it.
You could throw Carolina in there, but Carolina's in a position where they're probably hoping somebody's going to fall to them as opposed to wanting to move up because Carolina's not in the same position that these other teams are in where they could get aggressive. Carolina wants those picks to build a team. I mean, they're a lot less, I guess, prepared to be contention worthy next year.
Now, what about Denver?
Well, Denver did just pick up Teddy Bridgewater, so I guess it depends on how committed to him
But
they are.
they restructured Teddy Bridgewater's contract. He is a free agent after this year.
Again, they have Teddy Bridgewater.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I like the Kyle Pitts. I actually like that move. I mean, I think Brandon had a good point about Matt Ryan being older, and but it's hard to pass that guy up, man. That guy is just a freak.
He's probably the best tight end prospect the draft has seen in 20 years.
Yeah.
Well, who was the last? I can't remember on top of my head. Was it Jeremy Shockey?
Jeremy Shockey was the last, I believe, top 10 tight end pick.
No, Vernon Davis was Vernon Davis was,
Yeah.
I think, right before AJ Hawk or right after AJ Hawk. Vernon Davis was the number 6 overall pick.
Yeah, you're right. Vernon Davis.
Yeah.
Was it Vernon Davis? Okay.
Yeah, 100% sure. Because it was the same year we took AJ Hawk, and people thought we were going to go Vernon Davis.
Yeah, but I believe they still had AJ Hawk was drafted in, was it 05?
06.
So we did not still have Bubba Franks then, did we?
I don't believe so. But I know Vernon Davis went number 6. He went in the top 7.
They did have Bubba Franks still in 2006. So that's probably why they passed on Vernon Davis. Bubba Franks was actually a pretty viable tight end option. He was great blocking. And he was a great red zone threat for Brett Favre there in the early 2000s. So I can see why they would pass on somebody like a Vernon Davis, but
And
yeah,
coming out,
go ahead.
do you remember AJ Hawk coming out of Ohio State? He was a machine.
He beat Brady Quinn in the national title game.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? It was Brady Quinn's sister that was married to AJ Hawk.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, she had the split jersey at the national
She had
title.
the split jersey. I remember that.
Yep.
I actually watched that game at an Outback Steakhouse.
Who goes 5 to Cincinnati?
The
Wide
offensive
receiver.
lineman. No, the
Jamar,
offensive lineman.
I'm going Jamar
Chase?
Chase.
Chase?
Yeah.
Jamar Chase.
I think with
Yeah.
Jamar Chase, that's like the worst move that you can make. You got to protect.
I think it's got to be Sewell.
That's like the worst move that you can make. You got to protect.
I think it's
Joe
got to be
Burrow.
Sewell.
It's
think
got
It's got to be
I
Sewell.
think
It's
it's got to
gotta
be
be.
Sewell.
With that scar on his knee, you would think it would be.
Like, he's gonna tear the other ACL.
See, the problem with picking a wide receiver here is it's not going to matter. If I'm a Bengals fan, I would rather my quarterback, especially after 2020, the injury he had in 2020, I would want my quarterback to be protected.
Yeah.
If
Can
you
I
pick, go ahead.
Can I
Adam.
also point out that we are 55 minutes in and we are 4 picks in?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
gonna be miserable.
it's going to be a
That is
long
an
night.
average of like 14 minutes. That's
Well,
like
It's like
the
old
thing-
school NFL draft.
The thing that pisses me off about the NFL draft is they've turned it into almost like a reality show now. I mean, they can't just get to business and make these picks.
Yeah.
I understand the clock and that's fine, but thank God they lowered the first round down to 10 minutes instead of 15 minutes like it used
oh
to be.
my god, dude, those
God.
things.
It should be 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, first round, you know who you
Yeah.
come on.
What are you gonna get?
Well,
Unless you make a trade, you get an extra 2 minutes, but my goodness.
yeah, that's ridiculous. Everyone has their big board, and they have 3 or 4 guys that they're going to draft. You're making moves before it's your pick anyway. So if the 7th pick is going on right now and you're picking at 9, you're already shopping your pick to people. You're not waiting until you're on the clock to try and make a trade. So there's no reason why the first round can't be 5 minutes and make the 2nd through 7th round 10 minutes.
They just want to give people time to make trades, but like you mentioned, I'm thinking that if Fields is on the board at 7, Detroit's going to trade with the Pats if the Pats really want him, because there's no way they're going to be trading that pick to the Bears.
See,
'Cause
and
they're
I see
division
it-
rivals.
Wyatt, I see a lot of that smoke too, but who is Detroit to trade out of that pick? Like they have to rebuild that whole roster. I mean, you're I mean, and I'm with you. I've seen a lot of that stuff too, but I don't think they're in a position to trade out of it. I really don't. I think they need to start building, something there, with some young top prospects, whether it be the offensive line or whatever.
You don't think that trading to like 15 could get them multiple picks in this draft that they would need though? Because they could probably still get there.
Yeah, I guess it depends on their board. I guess that we don't know that answer. So if their board has Sewell on there or one of the other top offensive linemen, then maybe if they're happy with that. But I don't see Detroit in a position to really trade out of that pick right now.
The pick is in for Cincinnati. Pick is in. Just to chime in on that before we announce the pick, I definitely see Detroit trading out of 7, especially now that both Mac and Justin Fields are still available. Detroit could be calling up New England. They could be calling up New Orleans. They could be calling up Chicago, being like, hey, we're going to take one of your guys. What do you got for us? And I think they could build that, in I'm not saying that you're wrong in the slightest bit, Brandon. I think you're right in the sense that they have to build their roster. But if you could trade back from 7 to, like Wyatt said, 15 or 20, and then build some more picks in this draft, get another 2nd or get another 5th, I think that's a great idea for Detroit.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't disagree with it either. I think that it is, just kind of depends on their board and how they, what it falls on. And then obviously, again, what teams are going to be calling. You would imagine they don't trade with Chicago, but we've seen crazier things. So I guess, Denver, if somebody wants to slide up, I could even see Denver sliding up a couple spots to, get their quarterback if that's the route they wanted to go. I don't know. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. You would imagine Chicago, Carolina, Denver, New England. They got to be on the phones trying to get in that top 10, especially with Mac Jones. And
have you guys seen who the Bengals have picked?
All I see is pick is in right now. So
they haven't announced it on the live feed yet, but I have seen who it is. I won't announce it yet. Interesting pick, to say the least.
Oh, I see it now.
Yeah, I saw it.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
All right.
So Jamar Chase is the 5th overall pick for the
Yeah,
Cincinnati
he's going to tear a
Bengals.
second ACL.
I don't like that pick at all. I think they should have gone.
They should have went Sewell.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, that's a horrible pick. Well, what they said, I saw reports saying that Burrow was lobbying heavily the last couple of days to get Chase.
But
That he was in there really pushing for him.
I can tell you this right now: if I'm a front office executive, if I'm the general manager of Bengals, I couldn't give two shits what Joe Burrow has to say in terms of drafting players.
Yep.
Joe Burrow is not an
Absolutely.
Aaron Rodgers. He's not a Tom Brady. He's not a veteran NFL quarterback with a lot of experience. He is coming off of a rookie year where he tore his ACL. And what they did is I think they failed him in that pick. I think they should have gone with that offensive lineman. If he tears his knee again, his career is almost all but done.
Well, I'm going to tell you this as a Colts fan, it's going to end up being like Andrew Luck. That right there is almost like the Philip Dorsett pick when they need O-line because he got obliterated, and you're drafting these peripheral pieces, these candy toppings, and he's going to get punished. And they learned nothing. As a Colts fan, I feel bad for Bengals fans right now.
Now, I will say this. This draft is littered with offensive lineman talent. It's a deep draft. It's not one of those drafts where there's 4 or 5 guys that'll go in the first round, but it is a deep draft. I mean, you could have a Pro Bowl caliber player in the 4th or 5th round in this draft. So I will admit that. But, the difference with offensive linemen compared to like a cornerback or a wide receiver or even a quarterback is offensive linemen are always going to have the size and the strength. Whether it's a first-round guy or a 7th-round guy, they're going to be 6'5", 295, 310 pounds in between that range. They're going to put up 30 reps on the 225 bench. You're going to have identical combines. It's the intelligence that you need. And in this particular case, the Bengals needed a smart offensive lineman, and they missed that chance.
Best left tackle in the draft they missed out on.
Yeah.
I just don't get it. I don't get it.
Yeah,
The Miami Dolphins are now on the clock with the 6th overall pick. They have 5 minutes, 30 seconds left. It'll be interesting to see what the Dolphins do. I like them adding an offensive weapon here. I like them adding one of the wide receivers from Alabama to pair with Tua. I do believe Tua is obviously going to be the day one starter. I think Miami is committed to Tua going forward. What do you guys think on what the Dolphins are going to do? We'll start with you, Adam.
Yeah, I predicted. Me and Blake went over this last night, and Blake had Devontae Smith going there. I had Jalen Waddle going there. Nothing against. I love Devontae Smith. Obviously, he's the Heisman winner. I just think that Tua and Jalen would be a better fit in Miami for playmaking abilities because Waddle can return punts. He can return kicks. Devontae can do that, but he's probably not going to do that when he gets drafted into a team this year. So he arguably to me is the most I wouldn't say dynamic, but explosive probably wide receiver. And nothing against Jamar Chase too, because obviously I've had to watch him play, and well, he didn't play this year. But I think Waddle is a good pick for them, and obviously chemistry with Tua and Waddle is there as well.
Now we spoke about this earlier in the group chat. While I do believe Devonta Smith can be an effective NFL wide receiver, he's going to need somebody with size on the other side of the field. He's not going to go in day one and be wide receiver 1 and put up great numbers. Blake, what are your thoughts on Devonta Smith and his ability to be an effective NFL wide receiver?
Man, I was telling Adam last night, it all starts with his footwork. And that's what we see out of every receiver that comes out of Alabama. They have the best footwork of any receiver you'll see playing on the field this year in the league. I mean, guys can't keep up with him. They don't know which way he's going. And that really makes the difference in being a decent receiver and a great receiver. It's just adding levels to themselves. Devontae, though, he makes big plays. Look at the LSU game this past year, and Matt Jones was literally throwing the ball away and put it only where Devontae Smith could go, and he went up with ease with 2 men on him. I mean, he is a playmaker. He's all about making the big plays. Look at 2nd and 26 his freshman year in overtime. I mean, his only catch of the entire game is probably the biggest touchdown in Alabama football history. So, I mean, he has the capability to make big plays. Ooh.
My apologies, Blake. I apologize for interrupting you here. The pick is in for the Dolphins. And just a quick update on your guys' thoughts. We'll get a quick rundown. Adam has Waddle. AJ, you have who?
For Miami, I have Penei Sewell. I think they'll go off.
Okay. Steven?
I'm gonna go Waddle. I think Waddle's a good pick.
Brandon?
Yeah, I'm gonna probably go Waddle, but I don't know because they just remember they added Will Fuller as well. So I mean, I don't know. I guess you could go Waddle.
Wyatt?
Waddle.
And Blake, your final prediction?
I'm going Devontae. I think Devontae
Okay.
and Tua have the connection. I think Waddle's going to go a little later on to another Alabama quarterback. But today it's going to be Devontae's pick right here.
Okay, so I do know what the pick is.
Oh, that's
you guys
awesome.
want to know? You guys want to know?
Yeah, I already know the
Yeah.
pick.
It is
I'm
Waddle.
just checking.
It is Jalen Waddle. The Dolphins have selected wide receiver Jalen Waddle out of Alabama. I do like the pick. I think he is going to be a great piece. He obviously has that chemistry with Tua.
That's gonna be a little fun team down there in Miami, though. It's gonna be like Jarvis Landry. You got Waddle. You got Tua running around there. It's gonna be fun. You got Mike
This-
Gesicki over there.
This has got to be Bears territory. We're getting to that
We're
spot.
getting
Yeah,
close
but-
to. We're getting close to.
Big trade up, man.
I don't.
Hey,
I don't
Rhino,
know.
what are you following on Twitter to know the pick?
Just a lot of national sports writers. I mean, because I don't know about you guys, but I'm streaming. I have my iPad set up right here with NFL Network, and on my TV I have ESPN. But I'm just updating Twitter, and I'm seeing the national writers talking about who is picked.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I ended because I'm about 20 seconds behind on my stream,
Well,
so
they-
I've just
they
gotten to where
haven't-
I'm just checking it.
They haven't announced it on TV yet, but I've seen it from multiple places. I've seen it on Twitter. So,
Yeah.
hopefully
Watch it be long.
hopefully
That'd
that's
be
who they pick because I
hysterical.
put that on our official ticker. So hopefully
That would
that's who
be
they pick.
hysterical.
Well, hey, here's a question for you, Adam. Adam, here's a question for you, man. When
Yeah.
it comes to Waddle, if you're picking him in the top 10, I know he can play special teams. Are you putting him on special teams as a top 10 pick?
No,
I'm
absolutely not.
I'm agreeing with
Absolutely
Rhino
not.
shaking his head. I'm
No.
not putting him on special teams.
No, I just mentioned that because the guy can play special teams. I don't think if you draft him at 6 that he's going to be out there returning punts or kicks. I think he is starting day one, whether it's in the slot or it's out wide. But I agree. I don't think you put him returning on special teams at all.
But Miami needs all the help they can get. Why not add that extra layer to their special teams? I mean, Jalen Waddle's the guy that can take you to that next level on there and you take that ball back on any given punt.
They have that guy. They have that specialist. I think Lynn Bowden Jr. They use that guy too a little bit.
I would just be worried.
Jalen Waddle's special.
I would just be worried that it'd be like a Peter Warwick type of thing. You know, Peter Warwick was a high pick, and he returned punts and blew his knee out.
Yeah,
And that was
I
it.
agree. I agree 100%. I agree 100%. I don't now. If Jalen Waddle was selected at say 28,
Yeah,
that might be a different story. But you pick a wide receiver at 6. you do not put him on special teams. You do not take the risk of signing him to the rookie contract he's going to get with that 5th-year option being the high dollar amount that it's going to be for a wide receiver. You don't take the risk of putting him in the backfield returning punts or returning kicks where he could ultimately injure himself significantly with a torn ACL or even a neck injury or a back injury. So
I mean,
I'm right there with Steven. Go ahead, Adam.
Let's not forget he got hurt on special teams opening kickoff
It's exactly
in
right.
college. So broke his ankle. So
I forgot about that injury. That just blanked my head.
Yeah.
I hear. Sorry, I hear that from Benjamin Albright that the Broncos are eyeing a trade back.
With who?
Oh, it doesn't say, but that's what they're looking for. I bet you the Lions go wide receiver here.
I don't think the Lions pick here.
They're
The
Picks
pick
in.
is in. Well, they
Devontae
could announce-
Smith, I bet.
It's going to
They
be
could announce
Sewell.
the trade.
It's going to be. I'm going to say Sewell.
You think?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be my guess. I like Smith
was-
to Carolina.
I was echoing Brandon. Sorry, Brandon. I didn't mean to steal your thunder,
Hey,
buddy.
again, what if it's Mac Jones? I'm
That
going
would
to say
be-
this every 3
Well,
seconds.
I don't think Detroit has an answer at quarterback either. Jared Goff's not the future, I would assume. It's not crazy.
Jared
Not at
Goff is a
all.
viable
Not at-
bridge between your next franchise quarterback, and I don't think the Lions pick it now. I think you build around Jared Goff for the next 2 years and say 2023 is when you decide to take an option at quarterback. Jared Goff is still young. He's still what is he, 27, 28? He's only been in the league for about 5 years.
Yeah.
So allow Jared Goff to play. Don't put somebody behind him now because you're only going to put the pressure on him. If you are able to put pieces around Goff, we've seen what Goff can do with a solid team. He did take a Rams team to the Super Bowl against the Patriots, and he had an MVP caliber year. So give Goff the chance. Let him get into a rhythm, let him develop in a new system and see if you could make a small playoff run in the next couple of years. Do you guys know the pick already?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I'm
not gonna
gonna
chill.
a little bit.
It's nothing crazy.
No, it's
Okay,
just funny.
I know who it is. That's not a bad pick. That's not a bad pick.
No, it's not.
Carolina might go quarterback too. I mean, come on. You
Now-
traded
Why?
for-
He's stressing over there. Why?
I just
Now
want
the
Fields,
phones are
man.
I hear you, man. I hear you. Our quarterback wants out.
There's no way they trade Rodgers.
Well, they just tweeted out. Peter Bukowski, who writes for the Packers, said that the ESPN is tweeting out and saying that Rodgers wants out. NFL Network is saying Rodgers is just unhappy with his contract. So that's what I
Saw
mean.
that too.
Yeah,
Dude should get paid the most money in the league.
but he just signed an extension a year and a half ago. I mean,
Yeah.
Rhino, who's running the Lounge Room Network Twitter right now?
Juan is why.
Oh, I'm just wondering.
Scumbag.
He's doing good.
Scumbag.
Good job, Juan.
Why would he do?
No, he had the pick out
Yeah, shout
before
out
we
Juan.
before we put it out on our ticker.
Condolences to Juan. He could not be here tonight. Juan, if you're watching, how about you wait until
Yeah.
the pick is actually announced?
Hey, Juan,
We're
wait
only-
till
we're only
Rhino
running a
puts it on
live
our
show.
ticker.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we're only
For
running a
real.
live show here from this very network. So
We're only doing a live show here just to,
I'm waiting for
If you're
the text
watching
message.
this
I'm gonna
show
give
right now, cyberbully Juan.
Juan isn't with us because it was our bright idea last year to do a 4-hour draft, and he was totally didn't want to do it anymore after that. It was a long ordeal for me, him, and Julius last year.
Well, it's going to be a long ordeal for a couple of us tonight.
Yeah. Team's picking all the way at 20. I think they're going to move up, dude. Wyatt.
So Mac Jones,
We'll
who's
see.
picking at 8? Who's on the clock at 8?
Detroit or Carolina.
Carolina. Mac
That's a
Jones is on the
possibility.
phone. Mac Jones is on the phone.
Oh,
Oh,
Chicago.
Mac Jones.
Better move the
Are you
Mac
fuck.
Jones
serious?
is on the- he's on
Hey.
the phone right now.
Hey, hold on, guys, real quick. Blake, remember, and Steven, remember this. I mentioned this to you too on your
oh, you're gonna
podcast.
brag.
No, I'm not. I am, but I'm not. I mentioned that Carolina, Mac Jones might go there because Matt Rule coached him in the Senior Bowl this year, and he loved him. So it wouldn't be shocking if Mac Jones goes right here.
I mean, shit.
I
Either
don't
at
want
3
him to
or
go to
8, you lose
Carolina.
your shit either way. It's a top 10 pick for Mac Jones. I mean, shit.
See, I don't like your prediction, Adam, though, was pre Sam Darnold trade, and I don't like Sam Darnold, but you just traded for him to turn around and pick Mac Jones. I don't get
Hey,
that.
Just because my pick was pre Sam Darnold doesn't mean it's not right.
I didn't say it wasn't right. I would just be surprised.
I need a beer.
Hey,
They
Ryan.
still have not even
Rhino.
announced the Lions pick. What's
I
going
know.
on?
No, that's why I'm sitting here.
Did you guys see the warning camera of the
Ryan,
Lions? They're like poking around and shit.
Blake, what's going on, bud?
That's because they have the dude.
Yo,
as the coach.
look at Juan's
Oh, Matt Campbell.
look at Juan's comment on the live stream.
Oh.
Let me see this comment real quick by the president.
Y'all are killing it, even if I'm getting slandered live.
That's all Rhino. That's all
Well-
Rhino.
I mean, honestly, let's think about this. I'm literally sitting here talking about the picks, and there you are tweeting them out before I can even say anything. Who wouldn't? Oh my god, dude! Sewell has like 8 boxes of pizza on a table in front of him.
And it's that good Pizza Hut, baby.
Damn, he's got
Pizza Hut.
damn, he just-
That shit was old school Pizza Hut boxes too.
This
man.
dude just became an instant millionaire. You mean to tell me he couldn't get some local shit like some Tonys or some some Marias or something? I gotta believe there's something in this neighborhood. You went with Pizza Hut. If I'm an exec at Pizza Hut, I'm a phone calling him like, hey man, we seen the boxes. We seen the boxes. What's up? You want a deal?
Oh, you know that was his plan. That was his plan. He's going to be sponsored by Pizza Hut.
That is the funniest shit.
They're putting him at right tackle, apparently.
I mean,
He can play both sides of the field, so I mean, I don't mind that at all.
I'd put him on the left, though.
Yeah.
See, it doesn't surprise me with him though, because when we were talking about Jared Goff, even though he's kind of a bridge, I think it's important to remember their GM is the one who helped draft him to LA.
Yep.
Yeah.
He was a big fan of Jared Goff out there. So, I mean, I'm not a fan of him, but I can see why they're not, chomping at the bit to draft a quarterback this year.
Either is Michael Brockers, apparently.
It's
Yeah, that'll
very
be fun.
possible. So there's a tweet that I just saw. By the way, I'm gonna make this comment real quick, and then I'll come back to it in a couple minutes. The Bears are not trading up from 20. It's very possible that the Lions could be committing to Jared Goff and seeing if he could be the next quarterback for the next 6 to 7 years. Like we talked about a couple minutes ago, he's only in his mid to late 20s. If you put the pieces around him, he could potentially still be a very viable quarterback. If Detroit went the option of putting a defense around him and protecting him, we've seen what he is capable of doing. Now, back to this tweet that I just read, the Bears are not trading up from 20. Does that mean that they might know something that the rest of us don't? We did see Mac Jones on the phone. There's still Justin Fields sitting around. Are they confident that a quarterback will fall to them at 20? Or are they not going quarterback in the first round?
They're probably gonna go get corner. Watch. Ryan Pace's dumbass.
Probably. I don't think anyone wants to go back to 20, so the Bears would have to offer a bunch of picks just to go from 8 to 20. I think Carolina actually might choose Fields here. I mean, why not? Unless you're a wide receiver.
See, I like Smith here. I like Devontae Smith here. You give Darnold another target, see if he can succeed. And
I hope it's Smith.
I was going to say, when we were talking in the live chat about him too, and I know Blake was talking about him earlier, the slight build for Devontae, I put it out there, everyone, it's easy to forget. I know, I can't remember who was the one about the chugging a gallon of milk, but like Marvin Harrison was a slight guy too. AJ Green is a slight guy too. I like the idea of him sitting here at 8. I do, you give Darnold another target.
So just a quick update. If a defensive player is not selected by the Panthers at this pick, it'll be the latest a defensive a pick has gone in the draft since the merger of the AFL and the NFL. Jeez. So you're dating back almost 50 years that it has taken a defensive player to go at 8 or higher. Excuse me. The last time that a defensive player was taken 7th or later was 1999. Champ Bailey was selected by Washington as the 7th overall pick in that draft. The first 6 players were defensive players. So the pick is in for Carolina. It'll be interesting to see what they do. We'll go real quick. I'm going to say Mac, AJ, very quickly. Who do you got? Good talk, AJ. Adam, who do you got?
I got Mac.
All right.
Steven, who do you got?
I got Devontae.
My shit's
Brandon, who do you got?
I'm going to go Fields. I'm still a Fields guy.
Wyatt, who do you got?
I am sadly going to go Fields for this one.
Blake, who do you got?
Also got Justin Fields.
AJ, we'll try you again. Who do you got?
Hey, P.S.
Justin Fields.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Hey,
Go ahead,
y'all check the Lounge Social group chat and my Twitter page for that video. Jalen Waddle when he got drafted, his family went crazy, and this man just walked off.
He
and
did.
Said, no,
He did.
I'm out.
Dude, he looked pretty freaking cool.
He literally walked out and went and hugged Devontae Smith.
Benjamin Albright. Benjamin Albright is.
I love it.
Go ahead, Wyatt. What do you got?
Benjamin Albright tweeted. He doesn't know the pick, but he said Fields will be available at 9. I don't know if that's true or not, but he's a pretty reliable source.
Oh, wow.
Like that just made my night watching that video again, man. With Jalen Waddle, that is hilarious.
He literally.
So
walked
I
off
just
the-
saw that.
just walked
I just saw
off.
that.
I need to see
So
it.
they're not going with
That was
Fields, obviously.
hysterical.
Oh
By the way.
man,
He said,
no.
"That's a live action. That
That's funny.
was a live action play of all right.
I just saw another tweet that Mac Jones will still be available.
Yeah.
This pick, we're all wrong.
Oh
on the pick.
shit!
Oh man,
We're
I
all
know who
wrong.
it is. Zach
Everybody's
just
wrong.
Don't say
texted me.
Don't say it yet. Don't say it yet.
Devontae.
Wow,
I'm
that's-
quiet. I'm quiet.
That's interesting.
It's Aaron Rodgers.
Oh my God!
Wow.
What
All right,
the
I know
hell?
who it is.
Nuts.
Wow.
JC
Who?
Horn.
The old Snoop Dogg. Yeah. Who?
Oh shit! I just
That makes Steven mad. Look, Steven was
I'm
mad
so
because we
sad.
talked about that. He said, "I hope he's available at 22." I'm like, he ain't gonna be available at
21.
22.
Hey man, he could have
He's
been
he's out of Carolina State, correct?
South Carolina.
South Carolina.
South Carolina. Okay.
Because I said on the pod last night that I would have, if he lasted till 21 and the Colts took him, I'd have ran naked through the streets of Nashville. So Nashville can be thankful.
As all our viewers are.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Dang, though.
Thank you for not doing
This is
that.
crazy.
Yeah, I didn't.
So
expect that.
here's a very interesting scenario. Here the Denver Broncos sit. Both Mac Jones and Justin Fields are available.
They're
I
going
believe
Fields.
that all but eliminates any kind of trade possibility for Aaron Rodgers. This would
Long
be the time
live
we would obviously
Rodgers.
see.
Long live Rodgers.
They just took that guy over Patrick Surtain. Like
I know.
am
I'm
really
Blake.
shook by that.
Blake, I'm with you, man. When I saw it, that's no offense. That's a dumb pick. I don't like that pick at
That's stupid. That's a waste. That's a waste of the 8th pick in the draft.
all. Yeah.
I mean, I like him, but me and Adam even talked last night. Surtain was my number one corner, so that surprises me
I
that
said that.
Horn went this high.
I said that too. I said that on your
Easily.
pod, Steven. I said Patrick Surtain's going to be the first D-back, the defensive back
Yeah,
off.
I
the-
think Caleb Farley, minus all the stuff
Yeah.
that's been going on with him, is better than JC Horn.
Oh, that's
Now
crazy.
this does have ramifications for the Packers' first pick. I mean, that does Surtain is still available. Obviously, Newsom is still available.
Go get Devontae Smith. Come on.
Denver's going to go Fields.
They've
Don't
got
break
5.5
Wyatt first.
minutes. They got a 5. So let's go around the room very quickly before this pick is actually selected. AJ, who do you got for Denver?
Justin Fields.
Steven, who do you got for Denver?
Yeah, I like Fields here.
Brandon, who do you got for Denver?
I'm gonna go Fields. I'm gonna keep going Fields till I'm wrong. Till I'm right.
Wyatt, who do you got
Dallas.
for Denver?
Fields.
The Bears trade up to get Fields. That's
Who do you realistically have? Who do you realistically have for
Fields.
Fields? Blake, who do you got?
I think Justin Fields fits pretty well there.
I'm going to say Mac Jones.
You loner.
I'm going to say Mac
Well, I
Jones
don't know. I
to.
kind of like that. Yeah, Mac Jones.
So I got to say this. Somebody tweeted me and said, "Do the Panthers do realize they can draft an offensive player, right?"
Albert Brill just tweeted out Denver did a lot of work on Fields. Vic Fangio was said to like Penn State's linebacker Micah Parsons, Patrick Surtain as well. So I guess all three of those could be in play potentially.
Yeah. Unfortunately, they can't draft all three of them bastards. So,
Well, Vic Fangio, keep in mind he's a defensive guy.
Yeah.
So I could easily see Parsons or Surtain, But I don't think Drew Lock is the answer either.
no,
Here's an interesting tweet by Adam Schefter a couple moments ago. 49ers did not tell their coaches or scouts their pick. They didn't know the team was selecting Trey Lance until the pick was announced.
If that's the Packers, they talk about it for 3 weeks.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
That's the truth. Yeah.
All right, so Denver still has 4 minutes left on the clock. Now, let's not forget, they do have Jerry Jeudy. So they do have a viable option at wide receiver in Denver. He did not have a bad rookie year. We got to remember, no O-line in Denver, terrible quarterback in Denver, questionable running game in Denver. So Jerry Jeudy is still somebody that could break out and have a great season next year. I think they do go quarterback 100%. I mean, obviously, there were the rumors circulating around that they were in the Rodgers trade. I think they immediately become contenders if they did trade for Rodgers. But Yeah, I think Mac Jones. I mean, could you imagine that arm in Denver? He's throwing the ball a country mile.
I like Noah Fant too, tight end at it.
Yeah.
Noah Fant. Yeah, Noah Fant.
And
And that's-
that they have out there, KJ Hamler.
Hey, not to mention that Jerry Jeudy is an Alabama player.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, not that matters to Mac Jones in the NFL right now, but it does help. He's going to have a little bit of chemistry already. I still think they go Fields.
So here's an interesting story, quick, not related to football. My best friend lives in Tampa. He's a huge Alabama fan. He went to Alabama, and his mother-in-law's her name is Judy. So last time I was down there, well, actually this was probably a couple years ago, I introduced them to the song "Big Booty Judy." Much to the dismay of his father-in-law, the rest of them enjoyed it.
That's funny.
Big booty Judy. That's an old school. Man, what you know about that old school?
Time for heartbreak. It's going to be Fields, man. Come on.
You know what?
Don't be Fields.
I am. This is what I ultimately see happening. I see some magic happening for the Bears to get Fields, and then Fields turns out to be a bust.
I could see that too.
I can see that.
You heard Jim McMahon. Quarterbacks go to Chicago.
They go to Chicago to die.
He's right. He's not wrong about that shit. I mean,
Here's a quick trivia question specifically for
Hey,
Wyatt.
Ryan. I'm changing my pick. Matt Jones going to Denver. That's why I'm taking my pick.
He's got.
Do you
knowledge.
know something we don't?
No, not yet. But I don't know. My gut just when I saw Matt Jones's name somewhere. It's time. It's it.
Blake
Here's
has
a
also picked Mac Jones in every pick so far. So.
Here is a question specifically for Wyatt. Wyatt, who did Jim McMahon
Yeah, I'm
win
about
his
to
second
change
Super
this
Bowl
part.
with?
Green Bay.
Green Bay.
Yeah.
I know he went to Green Bay.
So there's
Ryan
Dunleavy. Sorry to cut you off, Ryan.
No, go ahead, bud.
He tweeted out. Looks like he's a reporter for the 49ers. He said 49ers GM John Lynch on trading for Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers. Quote, when the MVP of your league might be available, yeah, we inquired. It was a quick end to the conversation. It was not happening. So that kind of gives you an idea.
So it seems now that we've gotten, we're into the double digit or almost into the double digit picks. It really seems like the media once again blew a Green Bay quarterback story out of proportion.
That's exactly
now whether or not there's elements of unhappiness with Aaron Rodgers in the front office, that is yet to be determined. That is still something that could potentially be real. Whether or not the trades were there, or him not wanting to come back, or him being told last night he was going to be a 49er, or the trade for him with the Broncos, whether or not that's true, I don't believe any of it, to be honest with you. So the pick is in for the Broncos.
Okay.
Break my heart now.
Don't shout it out. Don't shout it out yet.
I can't look, dude.
I can't look either because they're gonna break my heart.
I'm getting
Even
my
the AirPods in my ear and it's saying the shit in my ear. I can't look.
Who do we got?
They sold.
Chicago's going to make a move tonight.
Wow.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
I'm not going to say it.
I don't even see it, so I can't say anything.
Yeah, I don't see it.
Yeah, I don't even see it either. I just see pick is in.
I know, I'm looking on here and I still can't see it.
Okay, I
haven't said anything. I'm just been overhyping everything.
Wow.
Are you kidding me?
Wow.
So this is killing me now.
That's crazy.
Ooh. Okay. Whoa.
The Bears are getting a quarterback.
I hope it's Justin Fields. I like Mac Jones, but I really like Justin Fields a lot more. I hope so. I want him to die in Chicago.
Wow.
Not literally.
They must have.
All right,
They must have a lot.
Now I know the pick.
They must have a lot of faith in Drew.
Oh,
Lock.
never mind. I had it wrong.
Yeah, you have it wrong.
I do have it wrong.
Delete that.
I thought.
Wait, who did
this
you
was-
have? I didn't see it, Rhino.
I had
Micah
Micah
Parsons.
Parsons. That's what my Twitter just said.
It's not.
No.
Adam,
is it
it's-
not PS2?
Adam, if you let's just take your loyalty to Alabama. If you traded up, are you taking Fields or Mac Jones?
Ooh.
If you traded up, who would you take?
My internet was breaking up. Repeat. Why? What'd you say?
If take your loyalty to Alabama out of play, but if you traded up, it's your team. You're the NFL. Are you taking Fields or Mac Jones?
Oh man. Fields.
Okay, good answer. But this is what I'm thinking. Ryan Pace. Let's say Ryan Pace trades up right now, and then he takes Mac Jones, and then NFL or Chicago Twitter loses it, and then they say the Bears never draft a black quarterback. The Bears are stupid. That's what I see happening. Because every Bears fan on Twitter is set on the Bears getting Fields and not Mac Jones.
Right. It wouldn't surprise me if they went Mac Jones, if they traded up and did that. But
yeah,
I mean, I agree. I think Fields would go before him. I'm
See,
surprised Fields is still
I don't
there.
like the fit. I don't like the fit for Mac Jones in Chicago.
I don't either.
I don't think
I don't
Mac
think that's
Jones
a
is
good.
going
It did it in a mock draft, a live mock draft, and I didn't
now
like
that
it.
I think about it, I don't know if I like Mac Jones in Chicago either. Now that I think about it. The interesting question, though,
I like Mac
is
Jones going to New England.
obviously Surtain was Jerry Jones' guy. Did they go Micah Parsons?
Who was it? The linebacker who just retired?
Sean Lee.
Sean Lee.
Sean Lee.
I mean,
Yeah.
they got a hole there. I could see that.
I had Parsons mocked to Dallas, and the group chat laughed at me.
I had Surtain going to Dallas, and I thought that would be pretty cool because they got Trayvon Diggs, who's on one side, who's an Alabama guy, and then Surtain on the other side. So,
See, I know my TV's delayed, but I just
same.
finally saw the Broncos draft the war room just pumping fist about this pick. And I don't. Yeah.
So Twitter is already losing its mind with the potential for there to still be a Packers-Broncos trade. And they would obviously be packaging Patrick Surtain and then potentially Jerry Jeudy.
What?
So, yeah, I mean, that's obviously just speculation among people. Like, a lot of people are asking, did the Broncos just draft Patrick Surtain for the Packers?
would you take that, Rhino or Brandon?
No.
I know Brandon wouldn't because it's Aaron Rodgers.
So I have been on the fence about this whole deal for pretty much the entire day. And my viewpoint on it is this. I obviously do not want to trade Aaron Rodgers. He is, as Brandon has said many times, the most talented quarterback the league has ever seen. And there's not one single human being that would want to realistically get rid of him. But if he is truly unhappy, if he truly does not want to be in Green Bay, and if he truly has told the front office, I do not want to play here in 2021, then yeah, I would gladly take Patrick Surtain, Jerry Jeudy, and a 2022 first round and a 2023 first round, and maybe even a collection of other pieces. But yeah, I would gladly take that.
Oh my gosh!
Eagles just made a trade.
No.
Yes.
No. Oh my gosh.
There goes. That's
Eagles
Justin.
going
That's
Mac
Justin
Jones.
Fields.
It's got to be
That's
Justin Fields.
no. That's Justin Fields. 100%.
Why would they trade to a rival?
But here's my question. Are they already given up on Jalen Hurts?
I think they have enough tape on him. He's not very good.
Wow.
Don't be dissing my boy. Don't
I
be
hate
dissing
Jerry
my
Jones.
boy.
He went to Oklahoma,
I mean,
didn't he?
he only
He graduated from Alabama.
He has a Heisman finalist at Oklahoma, though.
He
Dude,
does.
all I know is Eagles
national
Twitter is
champion
going
at-
insane right
I
now.
can't believe the Cowboys just traded with a rival. What?
And of all of them, the Eagles right now.
Exactly. What the hell is your problem?
Could it be Justin Fields, though? It could be.
I could be.
It could be.
Why would you trade with your division rival and give him a good quarterback?
Or could it be? Could
I
it be?
think it's Devontae Smith.
I was going to say it could be Smith too.
I think it's
I
Devontae Smith.
like that pick.
I actually do like that pick.
I do like
Devonta
that
with
too.
Jalen. Devonta with Jalen?
Unless they really think that Jalen's the answer.
be
Yeah,
filthy.
Devontae
Hey.
would make sense.
Blake, didn't me and you have exact opposites last night? I said Jalen and then I said Devontae to the Eagles, and you said Jalen to the
I
Eagles.
said Jalen and Devontae and Tua. We had the
Yeah.
exact opposite call on it.
So,
But I had him going
I know
12,
I'm
not 10.
behind on my TV, but I find it utterly hilarious that they just
There's
flashed to the
Devontae.
Cowboys war room and no one was in there.
Devontae's on the screen. Devontae's on the TV right now.
Is he on the phone?
He was texting.
I like that.
It's got to be.
He was texting.
Oh.
So technically, yes, he was on the phone.
Man,
He's texting with Howie Roseman right now.
Hey, what's
Or Nick Sirianni, maybe.
Tom say
They've got 156 left.
Yeah.
It's got to be Smith. I'm gonna go Smith.
Yeah, let's all go. Let's all pick. I'll go Smith.
All right. So Adam Smith, AJ,
Devonta Smith.
Steven,
Yeah, I'll go Smith.
Brandon,
Smith.
Wyatt.
Smith because they jumped in front of the Eagles or the Giants because the Giants were going to take a wide receiver.
I'm gonna assume Blake is gonna say Smith here. I'm gonna say Smith. I think it's
Ooh.
Devonta Smith.
7 for
So I thought
7.
Blake would say Mac Jones.
Mac and Jalen back together.
I can't believe they're both still there.
I know.
Who's that?
Dude,
Who's that?
Dallas has got to get rid of Jerry Jones as the dude that has any input on what they do with their draft or player personnel. They will. I've been saying this for a decade. They will never win a Super Bowl as long as he is in control of personnel. Ever.
No shit.
Ever.
You are correct.
How do you trade back with a division rival when you have a top 10 pick? You're literally just opening the door to be like, hey, Eagles, go ahead and get better than us.
Well, definitely remember, too, they collected picks because the Eagles traded back with the Dolphins.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they have all this capital now, and God, I don't understand that at all.
And so apparently when the trade was announced to Philly, Dallas's war room was empty. I'm assuming quite a few people got pissed and probably walked out to get some fresh air. But there's a live picture. There's literally one person sitting at the war room desk.
That's just insane to me that they traded to a rival. Like
Michael Silver's reporting that the Broncos were going back and forth between Surtain and Justin Fields.
Well, it depends on if they still are interested in trying to trade for Aaron Rodgers. I mean, that actually is starting to be a little bit more clear of a picture.
Well, remember they got Kyle Fuller too.
We could potentially see a June 1st trade. I mean, it's still within the possibility.
Could they possibly
baby.
bring Patrick Surtain in that deal too? To Green Bay?
That's I would expect that. I would expect Patrick Surtain in that trade.
You want me to say it?
No, don't say it yet.
Okay.
Is it who we picked? Yes. Okay.
Yeah, it's who we picked.
Devonta Smith to the Eagles.
Let's go.
I like that pick. I like Devonta Smith
three
with Jalen Hurts. I think that is a great pick. Now, I will say this. I do believe Philly will use Devonta Smith in their special teams game. Not that I think they should, but knowing the Eagles, knowing Doug Peterson, I think he's going to want his best weapon on the field at all times. So I do see we were talking about Jalen Waddle. I could still see Devonta Smith in the special teams game at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Rhino, Doug Peterson got fired.
Yeah, he did.
I'm way off. I'm way off right now. My brain is in three different
Now, I
places
will
right
tell
now.
I'll tell you though, I do like that pick. Sirianni worked with wide receivers with the Colts, so he does know how to develop them.
Wyatt, you were right though, because I think Devontae Smith was going to New York. I think that's why they did that.
I don't see how Chicago doesn't get one of these quarterbacks now. Looking at the draft,
Where are they at? Where are you guys at? 20?
20. Yeah, we have
But teams in front of them. Teams in front of them that need quarterbacks. Do you think the Vikings take one? Maybe the Patriots,
Vikings
Washington.
have to take one.
I think
Cousins is trash.
I think Patriots will go Mac.
What about Las Vegas? They might want. I don't know.
They won't roll with Carr.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But I don't see how.
Car.
I think Chicago could honestly grab one. I think they could probably grab one.
Problem is
I
getting
honestly-
somebody to trade with them.
I honestly think the Giants take Calvin Johnson here out of Georgia Tech. Totally kidding. My brain has been all over with iPad, iPhone, my TV.
No,
I
was
remember
thinking-
I
was thinking-
knew that Doug Peterson had gotten fired. I couldn't put my head with the name of the new coach. So
No, I was just gonna add on to that Nick Sirianni is a pretty good developmental head coach, so he could like develop these guys pretty well. He was under I think Frank Wright there in Indy. So I mean, you gotta give him a chance to see what he can do with these guys. So I mean, maybe Doug Peterson was one of those guys that like, hey, we got a winning team, and that's what Philadelphia probably walked away from and probably went with a different approach. So I mean, we'll see what happens.
Ian Rappaport is reporting the Giants are having trade talks at number 11. So
Is that
there
what-
you go.
is it, please.
Who?
The Giants are on the clock now. I honestly, that's a great move. That's a great move by Philly.
Oh my
That is a-
God! Chicago is trading up from the number 20 spot to
They are
Giants
not
number
trading
11.
up. Stop it.
Shut up, dude. Are you serious?
Stop it.
Yep.
They are
Bears
not.
are on
What do you-
Bears
what do
are
you-
on the
who's the-
clock.
Stop
Who's
it.
the source?
Bears are on the clock.
Please be Justin Fields.
They got
Please
him.
be Justin
They
Fields.
got him. They got him.
I hope they pick him.
Oh my God, the Bears are on the clock.
Thank you, Jesus.
Holy smokes!
Please be Justin Fields and not Mac Jones. Please.
It is going.
Here we
Oh,
go.
there he is.
Here's where it happens. Here's where it
Please.
gets crazy.
Justin Fields all day, please. Ryan Pace, don't do us dirty.
I swear to God, I swear to God, this guy has his time to make it right in his last 6 years as a GM of the Chicago Bears. Make it the fuck right now.
I would
All right,
be
so
buying
here,
a Justin
hey,
Fields
listen.
jersey.
Listen here. Hey, let's do this. Everyone put their phones down. Everyone put their phones down.
I can't.
Yes, you can. Put your phones down. Put your phones down. No one look at Twitter. Let's only watch the feed of the ticker. So
I can't do that.
yes, you can. Yes, you can. Nobody look at their phones. Nobody look at their phones. This is the
You're
big
talking-
moment right here. This
You're
is the
talking
big
to a
moment.
Bears fan who's desperate for a quarterback.
Honey, go get my flip phone.
We haven't had it since 1986, since the day I was born for 8 years, and then after '94, we had this guy Jay Cutler for 9 years, and shit, Bears couldn't put shit around him, and now we're just fucked.
Please.
This is where it's at right here. Everyone watch just the TV. That's it. We
I
got
don't know
4
the TV
minutes.
on. It's behind, so just tell me. Just tell me what
All
it
right,
is.
so here we go. We're gonna go around the room quickly. AJ, who do you got?
Justin Fields. It has to.
Adam,
Ugh.
Screw it. I'll go Fields too.
Steven,
Yeah, I'll go Fields.
Brandon,
Yeah, I think it's Fields.
Wyatt,
If it's not Fields, I riot.
Yeah.
Blake.
AJ, you're gonna have to riot, baby. It's gonna be Mac Jones.
Oh my God.
I am going.
Come on, baby.
Mac.
Come on,
Mac
baby.
Jones.
You
Mac
go Mac
Jones.
Jones?
So, no phones. Let's keep it.
Come
let's
on,
keep it
baby.
true. My
Come
phone
on,
is face
baby.
down, so I want to see tears
Here, hold
out
on.
of Wyatt's face.
No, don't. No.
Who is it?
don't
Who is
show
it? Who
him.
is it? Who is it?
Don't
They
show him.
got 4 minutes left. They got
Oh,
4
okay.
minutes left.
All right. Tell me when the pick is in. I got
Hey, AJ,
got nothing with.
AJ,
Don't
Calm down.
show him.
calm down, brother.
Oh, they're showing Mac. They're showing
Here,
Mac.
here.
No.
Hey, real quick. Giants return from Chicago.
Oh, Shit.
What?
The Giants return from Chicago. They get next year's first round pick.
Okay, that's fine.
Fifth round pick this year and a fourth round pick next year. So they
Did they
Fields
swap? Did they swap first? Brandon?
yeah they swap first.
Okay.
The New York Giants get
Is it Justin Fields?
the Bears first round pick next year.
Justin Fields' couch is empty right now.
No, he's on there now.
Is he celebrating in the backyard? I hope he is. Oh my God.
Oh, so Justin Fields is putting his phone down.
Oh my
He
God.
looked happy when he came in.
Yeah.
He looked happy when he came
He's
in.
going there. It's Fields.
It better
Don't-
be Fields.
Don't nobody blow this. Everyone better be off the phone. I want to see what
No.
happens. The pick is in. Pick is in. All right, here we go.
That was quick.
The pick is in. The pick is in. The
Ryan
pick is
Pace,
in.
where the fucking God, bro?
Here we go. I hope it's an offensive tackle.
I'm gonna finish this shot, then I'm pouring another one.
Shut up right now.
I hope it's a tight end.
Brevin Jordan.
It's gonna,
I'm chugging a beer if we get
Landon. It's gonna be Landon Dickerson, center from Alabama, to protect Andy Dalton.
Is it really Landon Dickinson?
Just
No. They haven't
Just
announced it
Just
yet. I'm waiting for Goodell to walk his drunk ass across the stage.
He's probably like drunk. He's probably on Molly. Right?
Wyatt, get off your phone. Wyatt, get off your phone. I seen you.
Everybody on
I
the
seen you. I seen you.
Come on, dude, I'm
the
desperate.
pics out there. Do not look at your phones. My group
Oh my
chat's
God,
ruining
dude.
everything.
The fact that they didn't give a second and third round pick this year, that's huge for the Chicago Bears, dude.
Oh, you gave up first round pick next
I
year.
don't give a shit about that. That's unknown right now.
You see how desperate we are for a quarterback? That's
Yeah,
crazy.
bro.
AJ,
A little
it's
sad.
the Bears.
I know, but we haven't had a quarterback since Jay Cutler left. Mitch was garbage. Lennon was garbage. Just make the right choice.
Here we go. He's walking on stage.
All right. Rhino, just say the name, man. I don't got anything on me.
Please be. Please.
Wyatt, you
Look
too.
at Wyatt. Look at Wyatt.
I need to get up too. Fuck this. I need to get up too. My bathroom curtain right here.
The Bears have traded their pick back to.
Oh! Who is it?
Can you hurry up?
Who is it?
Oh my
Najee
god.
Harris.
Get the fuck out of here! What the fuck?
Did AJ look?
Did AJ just die?
Did AJ look?
No, I didn't look. I just threw my fucking shit, dude. Hurry up!
Okay, we get it.
They just like to torture us. The pick is on Twitter. Can I look, please?
Just look at the screen. Look at the screen.
Look at the screen.
Look at the screen. Look at your ticker right now. Wyatt, look at the ticker.
Wyatt,
He can't hear you.
I'm right here.
look at the ticker.
Look at the ticker on our screen.
What ticker? Where is this shit?
At the bottom.
At the bottom of our.
He got it.
Oh,
There it is.
Wyatt still doesn't see it.
He wants to watch it live. Let him watch it live.
yes. Thank you. Finally.
Oh my fucking god, yo! We got
Finally. Yes, baby.
Why? How we feeling, bro? How we feeling, dude?
Oh my gosh.
Yo, we gotta do this shot right
I'm
now.
ready.
We gotta do this shot right now, bro. Right now.
I'm ready. I'm ready for. I don't have a shot on.
Your beer, whatever. Vodka, whatever. Let's go. Let's fucking go, dude.
All right.
Yes.
So the two resident Bear fans in
Yes.
the live stream. We'll start with Wyatt. Wyatt, how do you feel?
I am so happy, and I'm ready to get hurt again with Justin Fields because Andy Dalton's only got like 3 games, and then Justin Fields comes in. I think he can be a good quarterback. He just needs a little bit of I don't think he's ready to start, but I think he could be ready to start midseason. I don't want them to force him into the game because if he's not ready, kind of like Mitch, they just threw him in there. I kind of think maybe he'd do good sitting a year, but with Andy Dalton, who knows? But I'm very happy because now I can go into the season hopeful that we do have hopefully a franchise quarterback. We'll see because you know how the Bears are.
AJ, you obviously already freaked out. So what are your thoughts?
All right, I'm gonna say it like in a very calm manner because that whiskey shot did hit me really hard. So, good, I guess, but it all falls on our head coach and Matt Nagy and stuff. So, with that being said, I'm prepared to be hurt if it doesn't work out.
He is joining an offensive roster that does have some pretty decent pieces around him. He's got David Montgomery in the backfield. He's got Allen Robinson out wide. Trey Burton and what is the other tight end's name in Chicago?
Jimmy Graham.
My bad.
No,
Jimmy. No.
I'm drawing a blank too.
Jimmy. I mean Jimmy Graham. I refuse to acknowledge his existence. So
I don't blame you.
yeah.
What's his name? I'm drawing a blank. Oh, I can't think of his name right now.
Hey, Rhino,
Anyways.
Trey Burton was on the Colts last year too.
So I'm not. So I'm getting. It's the same dude that Wyatt is trying to think of. It's not Trey Burton. It's
Who is it?
Good Lord. I'm gonna have to look this up now because he was a pretty decent tight end too.
Oh, there you go. Someone Cole Kmet.
Cole
Kmet,
Kmet, there you
yes,
go. How
Cole
can I
Kmet,
not
there it
remember
is.
that?
Someone
That's
put
a
it in the
weird name.
comments.
There we go. Cole Kmet. Who was it? Was it Juan?
Yeah.
Yep. Condolences, Juan could not be here this evening. So Bears got their pick. They made their move. They traded up. It's something that could potentially redeem Ryan Pace in Chicago. If this does work out the way, obviously, that he expects it to work out, if they become a division foe, go ahead, AJ.
I just want to say one thing, though. Let's like whoever's listening to us, I really do appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in. But one thing, if Matt Nagy gets cute, fire his ass out of Chicago because you don't need to get cute with Justin Fields and all that shit, dude.
Justin Fields isn't starting this year.
That's it. Just run the offense as he sees fit. Don't try any bullshit. This motherfucker gave everything. Sorry for my swearing and stuff. I'm supposed to act professional in this shit. Sorry again. And it's like
No, he didn't.
I'm so excited. But like, dude, Matt Nagy has to make it work, dude. Like I remember this interview on NFL Live. Rex Ryan, we were talking about this playoff game. After that playoff game, he's like, I'm not a big fan of this Matt Nagy guy. Like, he threw it all on Mr. Trubisky. Like, what if he throws it on Justin Fields and Justin Fields doesn't get the progressions right, dude? But
one thing to keep in mind is that, they did spend $45 million on a quarterback a couple years back, and then they drafted Mitch Trubisky. Trubisky started in week 5.
Yeah, Vikings game.
Yep. So I'm not going to sit here and say that Justin Fields will not see a game next year. I'm not. I don't think that's
Yes, you will.
accurate. I think Andy Dalton is going to be on a very, very, very short leash.
Well, you got Nick Foles. He can learn under him if they keep him, which I think they should because he can learn definitely under him. You got Nick Foles, Andy Dalton, but Nick Foles can help teach him. Nick Foles can come in. I don't think they play Justin Fields like Brandon says, because you got a viable quarterback.
There's no way that they just moved up from 20 to 11 to draft potentially what could be the greatest quarterback in Bears history, and you have him as quarterback 3 on the roster in 2021. There's a 0% chance it happens. I don't think Nick Foles stays on this roster.
They did that with Jordan Love.
But you also had an MVP caliber quarterback. I mean, when's the last time the Bears have had an MVP caliber quarterback?
Nick Foles is a great mentor and tutor for him, so I could see them keeping him.
Cowboys pick is also in.
Has that been announced?
Probably not.
I meant on Twitter, not on TV. Has it been announced on Twitter?
It's on Twitter, yeah.
Yeah.
Can Justin
It's
Fields
on
change the
TV.
narrative of Ohio State quarterbacks, though? That's going to be interesting.
Well, I mean,
Dwayne Haskins is 4th string now.
Troy Smith was terrible.
Who else was there?
who's the guy who got drafted by Oakland? He had that 98-yard touchdown run.
Cardell Jones.
Cardell Jones.
No, it wasn't Cardell Jones.
It was
the other guy.
Terrell Pryor. It was
Yes,
Terrell
Terrell
Pryor.
Pryor. Terrell Pryor. Yep. Because
he
he
became
became
a
a wide
receiver.
receiver.
He
Yeah.
did.
He actually, I think he was a wide receiver for Cleveland.
He was.
I think he had
He
one
was.
really good year. And
He
that
was
Yeah.
pretty good.
He
Yeah.
did, Steven. We looked that up one day at work, man. We were talking.
Yeah,
about
we were
him.
looking through it because he had one pretty decent year in Cleveland, got paid, and then never did anything.
I'm actually looking that up right now. Yeah, in 2016, he had 1,000 yards receiving and 4 touchdowns. And then after that, that was the only year he he went to Cleveland in 15, became a wide receiver in 16, and then went to Washington in 2017. He was never the same after that.
No.
But I remember in 2013, it was a 93-yard touchdown run for the Oakland Raiders.
Would you say Minnesota possibly getting Mac Jones? That'd be interesting.
No.
That would actually be very interesting
That
with
would
Justin
be very-
Jefferson and with oh boy in the backfield. Yeah, that would be very interesting.
That's a Stephen boy right there in the backfield.
I'm glad.
Micah Parsons. Okay, so this is what I would like to visit real quick. I apologize about interrupting you guys. So this actually kind of puts the Dallas pick into perspective. I think they had their eye on Micah Parsons the whole time after Surtain was picked. They knew that Philly wanted to jump ahead of the Giants to get their wide receiver in Devonta Smith. And then now Dallas turns around and is still able to draft Micah Parsons. That actually turns out to be a pretty decent move by Dallas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they grabbed the 84th overall. Yeah.
Going back to the Bears pick, before the draft started, I was telling my son, he's 5.5 months, by the way. I was like, hey, it's your first NFL draft. Do you think the Bears are going to draft Justin Fields on your first NFL draft? There you go. So if he becomes a franchise quarterback, I'll be like, hey, he was drafted when you were in your first NFL draft. So
Did your 5.5-month-old son immediately start crying?
he probably did. He's like, can I be a Packers fan, Daddy? I actually contemplated raising him a Bears fan because like, do I really want to put him through that torment of being a Bears fan? But
Tell you what, bring the boy up in a couple of years. We'll take him to Lambeau. I'll put him in a Rodgers jersey. If he has the blast, then that's all it is.
I'm honestly, as a Packer fan, I'm happy for Chicago. I really am, because I am so tired of the excuses. So, I am absolutely happy. It's not going to matter who you have at quarterback, but I'm glad that your excuse will not be valid anymore.
We just need.
You need Aaron Rodgers to be traded out of the division. That's what you need.
No, well, yeah, I know Aaron Rodgers is.
Hey,
we
Adam.
need Jordan Love not to be good.
You see the president of our company down there, of our my brother? Asked me a fun question.
Yeah, Josh.
I think he's throwing a little bit of shade there.
Yeah, Josh. Screw off. Where Mac Jones at? He's going to go number 15.
He's going to end up with the
New
Patriots,
England.
man.
He's going number 15.
You know, and that actually, Brandon makes a pretty good point because I believe Kirk Cousins either has 1, maybe 2 years left on his deal.
Believe he
Draft
just did.
Mac Jones.
I was going to say, Brandon, didn't he sign a big extension?
He signed a fully guaranteed contract, but it doesn't mean anything. I mean, the NFL, there is not, they can find a way. But again, like successful teams don't draft a quarterback when they need one. That's the difference between
2022 is Kirk Cousins' last year under contract.
Yeah, so he's got 2 more full seasons. I would take Mac Jones. Why not? They're loaded on the offense and defense. They don't need a whole lot in Minnesota.
One thing to keep in mind is that Kirk Cousins' cap hit in 2022 is $45 million.
Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah, that's his cap hit in 2022. That's what
Where
you
the
get
hell-
for giving a mediocre quarterback a fully guaranteed contract.
Where the hell's Blake at?
He's laying there. He's not saying
right
much.
here.
Man. He's
Oh,
waiting
I-
for Mac.
I couldn't see it. Hey, buddy.
I mean, y'all had me over here just listening, join.
Okay. His internet sucks.
AJ's already got a Justin Fields jersey he's getting ready to put on real quick. He had it prepared.
No,
Hey, AJ, do me a favor. Go to my Fanatics link and go ahead and buy your Bears jersey.
Adam, I'm going to go to your link. Since you asked first and asked nicely, I'm going to go to your link and buy Justin Fields jersey tomorrow morning. I got you.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that.
AJ, I'm going to tell you something right now. If you don't go to my link and buy that, you're fired.
Man, how many times have I been fired, though?
That guy's been fired more. Dude, Rhino fires AJ 3 times a day.
It's just like my voice command was on, and it like got all of the words that I was saying to you.
Save that because when Justin Fields is cut in a couple years, you're going to look back on that.
Oh, Lord.
Oh.
I mean, it is the Bears. So if they fuck up on developing this quarterback, I don't know what to say.
AJ, listen, if you say one more F word on my live stream, you are fired.
I'm sorry.
damn right.
Not sure if you were serious there, but
No, not serious.
we have another shot to cool my senses down. I got you.
Now he's drinking more, so now somebody.
So I want to
mute him.
give a shout out
Speaking
to
of, I need a beer.
one of me and Wyatt's co-hosts on the On Point discussion, Julius. He just tweeted out, "I'm getting a Sewell jersey as soon as it's available. I expect him to be a face of our franchise for the next decade plus." So it's good to see that our boy Julius is happy with the pick.
Yeah.
And once again, condolences to Juan. He could not make it this evening.
What
So
What
Go
did
ahead.
Juan say about the Fields pick? Did he say anything on the live feed?
He just said, "Got to be Fields."
gotta be Fields, and then I'm sure he freaked out. So
I'm sure he chugged 3 White Sox beers.
I would be interested to see if Juan makes it to work tomorrow. After seeing that they drafted Fields.
Steven, you can't call out.
My team's
Rhino,
not
this
even
is
picking.
Rhino, this has got to be Packer territory soon. You would imagine.
We're getting close to it. The Chargers pick is in. I haven't seen what it is yet. I'm at a
See, every time you do that, Rhino,
Damn it, Rhino.
I know who the Chargers pick is, and
It's a good one.
it's a very good one.
Oh shit!
What
They
is
need-
it? Since they're
They
off.
need it. They need it.
Rashawn Slater.
I like
Wow.
that.
I like
that's a
that
good
pick.
pick.
That's
I like
a
that
great
pick.
pick. That's a great pick.
Finals finally
Damn.
woke up. Finally woke up.
Rhino, did you tweet that out? That was quick.
No, I didn't. No, Juan is tweeting that out. God damn it, Juan.
Hold on,
One
Steven.
guy. This one guy. I think we should fire him.
Steven. Your brother just tweeted out, "Hey, Steven, it doesn't matter how the Colts
Bro,
draft."
that was out before you said it.
I'll pull up the video of Pat McAfee from the draft a few years ago. It'll be a good
Oh.
reminder for the Titans fans.
That was that. You know what though? I am a Titans fan, but that was pretty funny. Dude,
Yeah.
Pat McAfee's a joke. He's a trip, man.
Dude, he's one of my favorite sports media personalities. I think that dude is awesome with
This
his
dude
show.
is this dude is a wrestler on announcer on wrestling now on Friday night.
He did wrestling.
Dude, it was amazing.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Me and Steven watched it. It's like that.
Oh,
dude's
yeah.
never been a wrestler, and the shit he was doing was insane.
Dude, the funniest thing is when he had, he bashed Carson Wentz the
Oh,
entire time through it. And he had him on the show the day after they finalized it. And they were talking about it during through it. And he goes, "I just want to say, you're a lot bigger in person."
So that actually, I want to ask you guys. I can't remember what wrestler it was that was on the
Oh,
Pat McAfee
oh.
show last
Now-
year.
Now you're talking about.
was-
Now you're talking. It's Adam Cole.
Was that fight real or did they stage that?
There's Steven. Boom.
Well, it
I'm
was
gonna- it was fake,
It was?
but
Okay.
it was really done
really well
to make
sold.
it. Yeah.
Dude, I actually thought that like they were legit about to throw blows.
I mean, they were throwing F bombs and was like,
Well, he
my God.
shoved the one dude. He shoved
Yeah.
the producer guy.
Yeah.
It was real. I mean, it had me and Adam looking it up, trying to figure it out for a couple of days afterwards.
So I'm very interested to see. They have not announced the Chargers pick, but Brandon hit that on the head. We are in Packers territory right now. If they are going to move up, with everything kind of dwindling down with the Aaron Rodgers, I'm just going to call it bullshit because it's been bullshit all day. I'm still going to go back to my original theory that they trade out of the first round entirely. I would like them to build that capital in the second and third round. It's well within the possibility that they could have 2 or 3 picks in the second, 2 or 3 picks in the third, and really, really get some quality guys. I mean, a lot of their Pro Bowl or all pro guys have come in the second, third round. Devontae Adams was a second round pick. What's going on?
No, I'm looking at Steven because I know exactly what he's doing. He's reading the comments, and
The comments is from
His nephew.
my 7-year-old nephew. Under my brother's name, talking
What
trash
did he
about
say?
Colts.
Oh, you know what's funny is I had an Eagles fan tell me today that the Colts are Super Bowl bound with Carson Wentz, and I'm like, dude, no.
I don't know what Eagles fan you're talking to because they freaking hate Carson Wentz. Every single one I've talked to. I mean, I've been on Eagles shows, and they cannot stand him.
I said this before you guys acquired Carson Wentz. I said that the Colts were a quarterback away from being a Super Bowl contention team in 2021.
Oh, I
think
the pick.
I think they are
love
the
trade.
third. I think they're the third best team in the AFC right now, behind Kansas City, obviously, and Buffalo.
I don't know if I have them that high, but I like that.
Well, who would you put ahead of Indy right now in the AFC? Other than KC and Buffalo, who would you put ahead of Indy?
I mean, it's going to sound weird for me. I mean, KC, Buffalo, but for me, I mean, I don't have the Titans there, but at the same time, they've not won the division since 2016. And the Titans, I'm not sure if they got worse. They may have stayed pat. They got to beat them first, kind of in my mind. I mean, they struggled with the Ravens last year too. I'm not a fan of Lamar Jackson.
They had 400-year-old Phillip Rivers as their quarterback.
That's true. I mean, he played well. I like the pick. I loved when they made the trade. I mean, obviously, I've got my Wentz jersey on. Blake knows I love Carson Wentz.
I think he does well with. I think he does well with. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, HD said that you forgot his last 2 birthdays. He's 9, not 7.
Oh, JD.
Or
He's
JD,
he'll
excuse me.
FaceTime me.
Wow.
I know how old my nephews are.
So Josh Burton has a very good question in the chat. He said, "When do you guys think Asante Samuel Jr. will get drafted?" Anybody with ideas on Asante Samuel Jr.?
I think late first, early second.
Oh, Steven should do that. He's a Florida State fan.
I would love if he fell to Green Bay at 29. I think that would be a good pick. If they decided to stay pat at 29, I think Asante Samuel Jr. would be a good pick. Brandon, being the other Packers guy, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, I like that he models his game after Jair Alexander. I think he's probably a late first rounder. But I don't know. It's going to be once you get into the high teens, I think you're going to start seeing a lot more movement. Saints are actively trying to get up. You heard reports prior to the draft, the Packers were trying to get up there. They either trade up into the first round or out of the first. I don't know. I do like that Asante Samuel Jr., but is it a position in the first round of absolute need? I don't think so.
I like Christian Barmore to Green Bay.
It all depends on.
I've been saying Barmore. Falls. I've been saying Barmore since day one. If they stay at 29, I've been saying Barmore since day one.
I like Greg Newsome over Asante Samuel Jr. But I don't know if he's there. Adam Schefter, Vikings could be trading out of number 14.
They can acquire picks like they did last year.
Coming up, they get back.
So Ryan Wood, who I personally cannot stand, Ryan Wood just tweeted out, "Welcome to the first day since 1991. The Chicago Bears might plausibly have a better quarterback situation than the Packers."
I don't think so.
Steven, did you forget my 2 birthdays? I'm 9.
Adam, where were you a minute and a half ago when I read that already?
Sorry, I was telling my wife goodbye. Thank you.
Rhino, I had a blonde moment.
Jets are moving up. Jets are on the clock.
Ooh.
Wow.
They're moving. That's crazy.
Wow.
They traded back into the first round. What?
At 14.
They already had.
Yeah.
They had another first round pick.
That's right. They did.
They did. Yeah.
Yeah. They had
Is it
what was it?
Samuel?
Was it 20? Was it 23 or 24? They had
23.
What are they going here though?
Mac Jones.
No.
Then the Packers are going to trade for Zach Wilson.
Mac Jones is next.
Mac Jones is going to New England. I think that's 100% certain.
Yeah.
And the Patriots didn't have to give anything to get him, which is actually genuinely shocking.
Hey, Rhino, I want to reiterate something to you. Make sure your dip can is closed before you pack it, please.
Oh my God, dude. So for those of you who don't know, I got done with work in downtown Milwaukee on Tuesday, and I hop in my van. I'm not even out of the goddamn parking lot yet. I pick my tin up from the dashboard, and I go to pack it. It was open on the back side of it, and I didn't see it. So literally, as I smack it down, it opens up, and half of it is all over my lap. all over my lap, dude. There's a pile of tobacco like this.
But the question is, did you take that tobacco off your lip and put it into your mouth?
You're goddamn right I did. I'm not wasting. Hey, you know this too. At $9.37 a tin, I'm not wasting not one little morsel of that tobacco.
I can get a sleeve of dip for $9.38.
Oh, can you?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, fucking.
All right, so very interesting to see what the Jets do here. I don't know if they go offense. I mean, they got to go defense at this point, don't you think?
Yeah, with the defensive head coach, I think you're right.
We were just talking about Asante Samuel Jr. too. I mean,
there's no way he goes that high.
His dad was good.
Come on, Wyatt. Damn it.
Josh Burton just said Mac Jones.
If it's Mac Jones, that'd be freaking hilarious. That'd be so Jets. And just to screw the Patriots over because they're in their division, right?
That would be the absolute most bonkers thing ever.
Y'all just ignore anything Josh Burton is saying.
Wilson
He's just trolling. It's either him or JD.
So Bart Winkler, Brandon and I have had Bart Winkler on our show before. He's a great dude. He's on the Bart Winkler show on 12:50 a.m. No, it's fine, Blake. I wasn't in the middle of a sentence.
That's because Blake's internet is 10 seconds behind ours.
So Bart Winkler just tweeted this out. The NFC North so far tonight. Detroit, top O lineman in the draft falls in their lap. Chicago, wisely trade up for quarterback 2. Minnesota, stockpiling picks. Green Bay, did Aaron get that fruit basket we sent him?
Despite what happened, the Packers still have the best team with Aaron Rodgers, and they're
100%, dude, 100%.
For now.
I think the Packers need to go wide receiver.
Juan, stop tweeting the picks out until I put it on the ticker.
What a dick! I just saw it too.
God bless America.
Remove him.
I'm deporting his ass.
Just mute him.
Hey, Rhino, invoke the 35th Amendment, please.
I'm about to.
Who?
Can we just get Juan to come in for like 10 minutes in this?
No, he's not allowed in. If he comes in, I'm kicking him out.
Hey, Rhino, I had a blonde moment because when you said look at the bottom ticker, I didn't think you were thinking you telling me on our live feed here. I was like, okay, now I see it.
Dude, it had scrolled across the bottom 10 times. Meanwhile, you're still sitting there like this watching the TV.
I literally yelled at Wyatt, like, Wyatt, look at the ticker on our screen. And he's like looking at his TV. Where?
I thought you meant the ticker on the TV.
Meanwhile, he was so locked into the TV. Not only did he not see, but he didn't hear AJ lose his mind and start going.
I thought AJ lost his mind because it was Mac Jones, and I was like, "Shit, please."
No.
AJ lost his mind in his bathroom. Look at him. There he is.
So, all right, we obviously know who is going 15. It is obviously Mac Jones.
Yeah.
AJ, you're talking while you're on mute, bud.
Yeah.
My bad.
There you go.
All right. So when I don't know who said it, but when someone said Najee Harris at 11, I picked up my coverage and just threw it, dude. I was just mad as hell. And then when the thing on the banner, and I look at it, and he's like, "What the fuck? What ticker are you talking about?" And I look down, and I'm like, "Oh my!"
I still can't believe the Bears didn't give up their. Somebody's lagging. The Bears didn't give up their second and third to move up.
Are you really mad about that, though? Wyatt? Wyatt, are you listening?
Wait, say it again.
Are you mad that they gave up a second and a third to get Justin Fields?
No, I said I can't believe they didn't give one up to get him.
Oh, what? All right, what was the total package? Say it again.
Brandon, I think it was a first for next year and a fourth.
And the fifth this year.
Yeah, it's a first rounder for 2022, and then this year it's a fourth and a fifth round.
which is we
To
got a
move
second
up.
and third for a
No,
tackle.
wait, no, it's a fourth next year. We don't have a fourth round pick this year.
Oh, okay. Then they tweeted it out
So
wrong.
the Jets pick right now at 14. They took the interior lineman. I believe he's going to be listed as a guard. They're already giving that grade a D+.
Yeah, he has a day two. He's a day two guy. I don't know.
So
how he-
here's what a tweet I just read. Number 14, Elijah Vera Tucker to the Jets. Instant reaction grade D+. Quick take 23, 66, and 86.
Uh-oh. Patriots.
I was gonna say, they're already showing Mac on the phone laughing
Yeah.
and smiling. He's
Oh
he's
yeah,
gonna be-
Yeah,
he was,
baby.
He was 1,000% going to the
The
Patriots.
next Aaron Rodgers.
To sit behind, he'll sit behind Cam Newton. The problem with this is Bill Belichick is almost 70 years old. He does not have long left in his career. I would have rather have seen Mac Jones go to Kyle Shanahan than
No.
Bill Belichick.
Josh McDaniels is going to take over in New England.
Yeah.
He's
They've
a
been saying
quarterback
that. They've been saying that for
Big
years.
fan.
But I mean,
Well, yeah, but he's going to have to wait. He's going to have to wait till Belichick's gone. But once Belichick's gone, that's Josh McDaniels.
And actually,
Remember, he turned down the Colts job.
no,
Yeah.
he accepted it at first. Then it was like a day later.
Yeah.
He said no.
Thank God Steven is not sitting down right now because he would be going ape shit crazy about Josh McDaniels not going to the Colts.
Well, you guys remember when he went to Denver and he beat New England in Denver the first time they played each other.
Mm-hmm. I can't believe that pick got a deep.
They
Can you
they
believe the
still
Patriots already picked? Like the
they
pick's
still-
already in.
they haven't even show. Oh, now it shows Patriots on the clock.
They're taking Mac Jones.
Guys, who do you think they're taking?
Yeah.
A quick around the room.
It's Mac Jones.
That's going to be a good pick for them.
I like that pick.
Yeah.
I like that pick too. I like him to develop
I can
with
see
Bill
him
Belichick
starting
and then
over Cam.
Like
I
your
think Cam
internet
Newton-
sucks.
Do you think Cam Newton's going to be on a short leash and
Yes.
Cam Newton
Yes.
has forgot to throw. He doesn't know how to throw a football anymore.
No, he's all shoulders.
I mean,
if he
it's-
plays anything like he did last year, I'll give Cam Newton 4 games before you see Mac Jones.
Well, to his credit, they didn't have shit on offense.
They still don't really have shit on offense.
No.
No, they got Mac Jones, baby.
Cigar smoking Mac Jones.
We got a couple new comments. Let's see. Mac Jones is going to New England.
That's Josh.
Yeah.
Yeah, or JD, one of the two, his son. When did we start? Roger Goodell's going to be hammered here in about three more picks.
He's already hammered, dude. Have you not heard him
drinks?
slurring his words?
Steven, you left, but he brought up the fact that
I did. Or
yeah.
Brandon did.
Brandon brought up the fact that Josh McDaniels took your head coaching job and then said, "Screw the Colts." Yeah, we can't hear you.
I said he's a horrible coach. He'll never get a head coaching job. He sucks. He sucks so bad.
He's gonna take over for Belichick, like Brandon said.
That's the only thing. That's the only thing that he can do. No one. I mean, I would never hire him. The dude is a snake.
I hate him
So, DraftKings just had the tweet of the night. DraftKings tweeted out that picture of Mac Jones with his shirt off after the championship game.
Oh shit!
And they
Don't get Blake started.
They put next to it, they put the shirtless picture of Tom Brady. And the tweet said Mac Jones to the Pats was a lock.
It's a full circle. Everything comes full circle.
Does it feel that feels like it was just
All right,
the most
meant to be.
preordained pick?
Honestly, it took
All right,
until
boys.
it took
Yeah,
until
my
the goddamn
internet sucks. I gotta
15th
get out of
pick for it to be the fastest one.
Yeah, we're like 2.5 hours into this, and we're halfway through. Jesus.
I blame Urban Meyer.
I blame Urban Meyer.
Boys, I gotta
You
get
knew
out
who
of here.
you
Y'all
wanted.
have a good rest of your night. Roll Tide. I love y'all all.
Later,
All right,
Blake.
y'all.
Thanks for
See ya.
joining, bud.
See you, Blake.
Later.
Hey, Bubba.
Yeah, guys.
Later, buddy.
There's a lot of talent left on this board yet.
A lot of
of
talent.
That's what Zach was texting me because I have been the entire time I felt like Colts are trading back, but man, there's a lot of talent still out there. We're only 5 picks away from their pick.
Does anybody disagree with Mac Jones to the Patriots?
No, I saw that coming. I saw that coming. As once he did not go to San Francisco and he fell after Denver and Carolina, I saw it coming.
Yeah.
I like it because it's gonna. They can insulate him a little bit. I didn't like him going really high.
My daughter-in-law is happy. She's from up there, so I know she's happy right now.
I would have disagreed if they got Fields over Jones. That's the only time I would have disagreed.
I didn't see Fields falling
I did
as far as he did.
I didn't either.
I didn't
11's a pretty. I mean, that's
Oh, not that it's a bad pick. I mean, it's 11, but I thought he was going to be. I thought he was going to go to Atlanta. I thought he was going to go to Atlanta.
yeah.
See, I think the Bears traded to 11 because they may have known New England would have taken him at 15 because he doesn't get drafted in between 11 and 15.
No.
Jets already had a quarterback. Chargers already had a quarterback. He's not getting drafted.
And Washington's in front of
They
Washington.
shouldn't take
are
a
in.
chance on having
Cardinals
Jones
pick
and
is in.
Who do you think it is? Another.
I can see them going with Najee Harris.
I got Najee going to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I could see that.
He would dominate in Pittsburgh, man. That's running back heaven.
I think I said that. Didn't I say that, Steven, on your pod? I think I had
Yeah,
Najee going to Pittsburgh.
you said it on yours, man, because I was listening
did
to
I?
it in the car today. You said you didn't like it, but you had it going there.
I don't like it because I think he's not getting enough credit for how good he is.
Hey, I will say one thing with that, Adam.
Yeah.
I wish we could have talked about it before. I wish I could have seen your face when Blake said that he is the best running back to come out of Alabama.
I threw my hat. I took my hat off.
Obviously, that's a very dumb thing to say. Oh, we have a special guest. Guys, we have a special guest
Okay.
joining us now. El
Get
Presidente
the hell outta
himself. Hey!
We're not worthy.
Mr. Juan Gutierrez.
Juan, how many beers have you chugged after Fields
Cheers.
got drafted, man?
I'm going to be very honest with you guys. I actually have not drank in about 3 hours. I am 100% sober. I swear to God.
Hold on. Somebody get a calendar out.
Can you walk a straight line?
Can you say your ABCs backwards?
I can't do that sober.
I know, I mean,
No. I couldn't even. No, I can't do that. Come on.
Juan, tell us how happy you are
How
that
happy
we
are you,
have
buddy?
a
Yeah.
quarterback that can beat the Packers.
You didn't.
like
Hey,
you.
hold on a second. You didn't draft Jesus Christ. You drafted Justin Fields. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
I'm absolutely ecstatic. It's a new day in Chicago. The sun will shine brighter tomorrow, and I think the rays of God will
Shut up, Juan.
come down.
Honestly, shut up.
Brent-
My God. The guy hasn't even gotten to Chicago yet. Shut up.
Brandon was literally
Jesus.
on mute and no video and comes on to say, "Shut the hell up."
I'm
Juan."
always listening. I'm not going to listen to. I am not going to listen to Chicago Bears fans praise the ground that Justin Fields walks on, and he couldn't even start at Georgia. Give him a little bit. Give him a little bit. My God.
Cardinals are in. Hey,
So just to preface this, I think Brandon has been holding in that energy for a while today with all of Aaron Rodgers.
I got more.
David
Don't worry.
Collins.
that's a good pick. Actually, I like
That's
him.
a good pick. Zaven Collins out of Tulsa.
Linebacker, 6'4", it's 270.
So, Juan, did you buy your Field jersey on Fanatics already? Did you click my link?
No, I use my own. I can get some money back on my purchase.
Juan, did you hear me ask AJ to go buy the jersey on my link, and then
I did.
Rhino said he's fired if he doesn't use his.
Wait, hold on. Pause for a second. Juan, did you seriously already order a Justin Fields jersey?
If you actually think I ordered a Justin Fields jersey already, Rhino, you've got to be kidding me. Come on.
I don't even know if they're out yet.
Yeah, they're like.
You can customize a jersey. You guys know that,
No,
right?
I know, but I mean, I don't even know what number. I mean, I want to get the number.
He's going with number 1. I guarantee you he'll be number 1. Guarantee.
Yeah, because
He'll
they
be-
can. Yeah.
Guarantee you he selects number
haven't-
1.
I thought we already had someone who was number 1 on the team.
Number 1 in your hearts, number 2 on the board.
Number
Quarterback
4,
one.
number
Quarterback
4
one.
in the
Your heart's
division.
number 4 in the
Number 4 in the
division.
division.
Jordan Love's going to be better.
All right, well,
Nah.
We still have a lot to play out with Rodgers, Jordan Love. We really are getting to a point now where it's either going to be Rodgers or Love, and it's not going to be both.
Has to be Love being traded.
It's going to get to that point where either Love is gone or Rodgers is gone by this time next season. I can't imagine that they stick with Rodgers for 2 more years with the cap situation they have next year. They're not going to stick with Rodgers for 2 more years and then transition to Love. It's going to be one or the other. I can't imagine both stick around long enough for Love to take over in 2024.
Rhino, Brandon, here's a question for you, though. If it's Love, what can you honestly get for a player that was 3rd string and didn't dress for a single game? No one has seen him.
So you got to remember. Go ahead, Brandon.
And you traded up for him.
Right, and that's the thing about it is he's a prospect. He's not somebody, he played at Utah State. Like he didn't have the talent Justin Fields or Trevor Lawrence or even Mac Jones have. We don't know what what Jordan Love can bring to the table. The Packers do. Teams around the NFL probably have an idea, gathering off what it maybe if the Packers are shopping him, they're probably sending, some type of practice tape or something. But I was listening to Todd McShay, not that this means anything, but he said in this draft, Jordan Love would be the 3rd best quarterback. Now, I mean, again, it's all about how you develop a quarterback. Justin Fields going to Chicago is a prospect. If you rush him into a spot where he's not ready to be a quarterback, he is going to show you what Mitch Trubisky did in Chicago. You develop a quarterback. Patrick Mahomes sat behind Alex Smith. Aaron Rodgers sat behind Brett Favre. You don't going from college to the NFL, and I'm preaching to you guys know this, but especially you college guys, it's a way different game. You're not playing with 5-star guys at every position like you are when you're Mac Jones or Trevor Lawrence. You're going up against defensive ends to some defensive linemen who are just as fast as you as a quarterback. It's a different game. And I think that the way that the Packers are going about with Jordan Love is the right way. You take a quarterback when you don't need one. The Bears were desperate for a quarterback. They just gave up a haul of picks in order to get their guy. Now, Jordan Love may fall flat on his face, but he also may be a perennial Pro Bowl quarterback. Nobody really knows other than, and maybe the Packers don't even know.
One thing to actually expound on what Brandon said, and Brandon's 1,000% correct in everything that he said, but to address your question, Adam, what could you really realistically get for a quarterback that didn't even dress? One thing you have to remember is Jordan Love is still a 1st-round pick. So he holds that value kind of like almost like a used car would. He's still a 1st-round pick, and he sat behind Aaron Rodgers for a year. That adds value to any quarterback, just like Jimmy Garoppolo in New England when San Francisco traded for him and gave him that giant contract. A lot of that was based off of the fact that he sat behind Tom Brady for 2 years. So when you have a quarterback prospect that was not only taken in the 1st round, but sat behind a Hall of Fame quarterback for X amount of games or X amount of years, that adds value to Jordan Love. So it wouldn't be outside of the realm of possibility that they could get a 2nd, maybe even a 1st-round pick for Jordan Love next year if they wanted to. So we've got the Raiders pick is in.
Totally off topic. Stephen Riley said hey.
Hey, Riley.
Let me see who we've got going to the Oakland Raiders. Could that be a Najee? No, because they have
They got Josh Jacobs.
They got Josh Jacobs. So, I mean, that would be one hell of a backfield, though, dude. Are you kidding me? Najee Harris and Josh Jacobs. Oh, my God.
All I know with the Raiders is they're going to pick someone that nobody has an idea who they're going to do because it's what Gruden does every single year. No one guesses what
they just took somebody that was on the Packers board.
Brandon, you're on mute. I know you're talking, but you're on mute, brother.
I think this is a little bit of a reach.
It is a reach, but it is a guy that the Packers had on their board.
Yeah,
Who they get?
I didn't even see. Who was it?
Alex Leatherwood, offensive tackle.
Let's go. Let's
They
freaking
traded all their
go.
offensive tackles.
Let's freaking go.
Brandon,
that
who do you
makes
want
me
the
look
Packers
stupid,
to
man.
get?
I had him going late first, early second.
I wanted him in the second. I wanted the Colts to try to get him in the second.
Yeah, I think.
Wow. Hey, Packers boys, old Rhino and Brandon. What about Landon Dickerson? In all honesty, from Alabama, he's a center, but he can play a guard. I don't know if you need a line or not, if you need anybody on the line.
Oh, we need a center.
Yeah, we need a center. But I don't think they go center in the first round. I had the center out of Ohio State going to the Packers in the third round. So
Okay.
I like Tevin. I like Tevin Jenkins.
Oh yeah,
Well, I do like him.
yeah, I do like him too. That's a good pick. I cannot believe Alex Leatherwood went top 20.
Dolphins are back on. Okay, so here we go. Dolphins are back on the board. Did they go Najee Harris?
Okay.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that would be
two
sick.
picks,
That would be sick right there. Now,
Who has 2 picks?
The Dolphins had 2 picks in the first round, didn't they?
Yeah, they're back on the clock now. Do they go the Alabama trifecta and put Najee Harris with Waddle and
Ooh,
Tua?
that would be nice. That would be nice.
They do need some help in the backfield.
I mean, they do have what's his face? That running back that was undrafted.
I don't even. know
wait, are you thinking you're thinking Jacksonville?
No, I'm talking about.
I don't know who they're. I can't remember who their running back is.
I can't remember his name. I had him in fantasy. Now I can't remember.
A little bit of some news
I
here.
think of Jay Ajayi.
I know you guys are all. I know
No.
you guys are all dying for the news. The Brewers beat the Dodgers, so carry on with your.
Oh, thank God.
Cubs are beating
Good
the
news,
Braves.
baby. Good news.
Thank
tonight.
God.
Is it Miles Gaskin? Is it Miles Gaskin? Is that their running back? Miami?
Yes, that's the one.
Miles
He's good,
Gaskin?
Yeah.
but He is good, and they do have Malcolm Brown now.
I forgot about Malcolm Brown. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think they go. I don't think they go running back.
Maybe they go off offensive line.
I think that's. I
There's
think
the-
that might be a good.
Is there really a whole lot of first round worthy offensive linemen right now? I mean, they could go offensive line in the second and third round. The pick is in. So we could see.
Dude,
I haven't seen it yet. Don't.
I would-
Oh.
Every
Oh.
time, Rhino. Every time you do
Oh.
it, then I'm not going to look, and then you do that, and I got to look.
No, I said don't shout it out, but wow.
Yeah.
Is it worse than the Raiders pick?
No.
No.
I'm gonna see it on the screen now. Let me see.
Go ahead and shout it out if somebody wants to.
I don't want to.
I don't know it yet.
I'm scanning through it. I'm still not seeing it.
Yeah, I'm not either.
Yeah, I'm not seeing
Like,
it.
I got Field Yates. I got everybody. And I don't see it at all.
I will wait then.
Yeah, I'll wait too. I see it.
I just keep seeing Leatherwood. Still pissed.
My father-in-law comes in. Tide is rolling.
Hey, Adam, how many tie players have gone so far?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, you had 6 on the pod last night. That was you had your prediction of 6.
Yeah. And it will happen because Christian Barmore and Najee Harris will get drafted in the first round.
Who is it?
Wow.
Did you see it?
Nope. Oh wait, no.
No, I'm completely separate. Somebody who follows me, they tweeted out the video of Ivan Drago saying if he dies, he dies, and it says the Bengals tonight.
That's good, dude.
Here we go. Here we go.
There you go, boys.
Great. This fucking chat with everybody is gonna get annoying.
That's a good pick for Miami.
Hey, in all honesty, though, Najee Harris would have been sick for him to go there, dude.
Yeah, for
I would
sure.
have. That would have been awesome.
5 of the first 17 picks out of Alabama.
Where do you think Najee Harris goes? To who?
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
Ooh. Didn't Pittsburgh sign running back? Didn't they sign?
James Conner's gone.
No, but I thought they signed.
Oh, I finally saw the pick.
My God, Steven. We already.
I
said
can't
the
find it. It wasn't popping up on anything. I don't like it at all.
Juan, are you wearing a shirt?
You're like the second person to ask me. Yes, I am. I am clothed. I'm fully.
He's
clothed.
calling everybody. Can you believe we got Fields?
This dude, he immediately went Incredible Hulk and ripped his shirt off and started running down the neighborhood.
No,
we got Justin Fields.
I need to send Juan some of this Pistol Pete's 1888. I think he would enjoy it.
Well, I'll drink anything. So.
Then go get a beer. Juan, we need a vintage President Chug right now for getting Justin Fields. We need it right now. We need it on the live stream. Come on, bud.
We don't need it.
Justin Fields is going to be the best quarterback the Bears have ever had. Lead us
That's
to
not
2
saying
Super
much,
Bowls.
Wyatt. That's not saying much,
2
Wyatt.
Super Bowls. You didn't let me finish. 2 Super Bowls.
I could be the best quarterback you guys have ever had.
I'll tell you what. I was watching. I had on the background. I had Colin Coward on. He had Joel Klatt on, and he eviscerated the critics for Justin Fields today on the herd.
He's like
he
the
went
best-
off on all the critiques.
I can't stand Joe Klatt.
Look at where Mahomes went. He went what, 11th or 12th?
10th, I think. It was something like that.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Can I just say I don't like
are
the
we
Jalen
really?
Fields
Is
pick
that
at
the
all.
comp?
This is
Is
what
that
we're
the
gonna,
comp
Rhino.
we're
This
making?
is what we're gonna deal with in the chat too. There's that Austin guy says the Bears are winning the Super Bowl in the division next year.
Okay, that's
Are
not
you
true,
seriously going to make the comp of Justin Fields and Patrick Mahomes 45 goddamn minutes after the draft happened? Get out of my face with that, dude. Oh my
I'm
God.
fired.
Where did Patrick Mahomes go? Who gives a shit?
I like that
just
Brandon
saying,
looks
he got-
so
he got-
freaking pissed right now.
Dude, Brandon gets so
Because
hot.
this
He
is how
looks
this is
so
how
angry.
this is how Chicago fans are. They're first off, they're some of the
Not Wyatt. Wyatt is actually a good-
uneducated
No,
fans.
say it.
They care more about what the Packers are doing than their own
Hey.
team. Listen.
Hold
Their
on, Brandon,
biggest
Brandon,
highlight. Their
Brandon,
biggest
real quick,
highlight.
hold on.
Go ahead.
Hold on, real quick. Rhino, please fix how you spelled the fucking dolphins. Dolphins?
Adam, you should give a shout out, man. Phones.
Let me just tell you something,
Shout
Brandon.
out to
I'm
One Call
really not
Technology
comparing.
who spells phone systems.
I'm really not comparing Mahomes to Fields, but it's nice that we have a quarterback that we can be
And
hopeful for.
I don't disagree with you, but
Yeah.
for the
I'm
Bears
not.
fans, and I'm looking on Twitter, we're winning the Super Bowl.
that's stupid.
Anything less than 5 Super Bowls is a failure. We're
somebody
winning the
really say
division.
that?
Like Green Bay, the Bears fans get more joy out of failures out of Green Bay than they get for anything that they celebrate Packer losses more than they can celebrate anything in that franchise in 40 years.
Okay,
Adam on our comments. I am not that Bears fan. Rude.
Yeah.
Neither
I'm a
is
realist.
Wyatt. Wyatt is a very
Yeah.
realistic Bears fan. Juan, on the other hand,
Look at him.
he jumped my case for making that comment about a Justin Fields jersey. I guarantee you, he's got something waiting in the NFL shop cart right now.
Hey, Juan, do you have electricity right now?
I do.
Well, I was wondering. Damn, dude, like a fucking vampire.
He's sitting there with his shirt off, the lights off. He's that invested in the Justin Fields pick.
Juan, I'm disappointed in Juan that he has not chugged a beer on live stream yet.
You guys are not going to get a chug tonight. It's not going to happen.
How about
Ron,
a hug?
how
Can we
are
get
you
a virtual
handling?
hug?
How are you handling this night this lightly?
I don't think reality has set in yet.
Mm-hmm.
Then that's why you need to chug a beer.
No, I'm going to wait for the White Sox to win the game, and then I'll chug it.
Oh, Jesus.
Dude, first of all, if I was a Bears fan, there isn't a single franchise on planet Earth that exists right now. The Sox could win 41-0 with a perfect game, and I couldn't give two shits about that. You guys just drafted arguably the greatest quarterback that you guys have ever had, and he hasn't even put his jersey on yet.
And according to some Bears fans, they're going to win 5 Super Bowls, right, Brandon?
No.
Anything less than 5 is a failure.
He hasn't taken a.
Well, like,
he hasn't
I mean,
taken a snap. Let's
Wyatt
keep it
did.
real.
Wyatt did say something. He did say 2. Look at him.
I think
What did I say?
You
think
said
it's
2.
very delusional to say that.
Oh, I said 2. Win 1, lose 1.
There you
That's
go.
my prediction.
Go ahead, Juan.
Does
Go
anybody
ahead,
know
Juan.
what happened to AJ?
Yeah, I think he's dead.
Juan, go ahead. What were you going to say?
No, I was just going to make the comment. I think it's a very delusional take to say that, the Bears are going to win the Super Bowl and that we're going to be the division champs. That's not going to happen. I mean, at least not right now. Now, I also think it's a bad take, Brandon, to say that all Chicago sports fans like to celebrate.
That's absolutely 100% true.
Packers lost. No,
I saw more tweets about Aaron Rodgers today out of Bears fans than I've seen Bears fans tweeting about their own team.
I'd be
Rhino Jamin Davis from Kentucky to Washington.
Interesting.
That is a very interesting pick.
I'd be a little cautious to blanket all Chicago sports fans in that way. I think that's a very subjective way to look at it, but that's just my opinion.
What people fail to realize with the Bears is they have $364,000 in cap space, so they're going to definitely have to cut people or restructure. So, especially when you sign Justin Fields, I mean that's millions of dollars right there.
Not to the cap next year, though. His cap number should be less than a million next year. The millions of dollars don't come into play until his 5th-year option, where it actually counts against the cap, which I believe rookie quarterbacks right now are, I think it's $22 million for the 5th-year option. So his cap number will be extremely low for the next couple of years.
They need about 3 to 5 million, or at least 3 million to sign their draft picks, don't they?
I believe it's 3 and some change. Yeah.
Interesting tidbit here. Nick Saban has hit 100 players drafted in his time with Alabama.
That is crazy impressive, actually.
Not
I mean, that's ultimately why everyone wants to go to Alabama, is because it's pretty much you're pretty much guaranteed to make it to the NFL if you're a decent prospect.
Yeah.
Hey, can I just say something about Alabama football? And it's nothing
No.
like bad or anything. It's just like, come on, Ryan. I love it. All right. Anyways, like we were having this conversation about a week ago about the paying the players thing. I mean, what's wrong with that? Like, these kids come from like families and that never had a chance in life. Like, these boosters help them out and stuff. Like, what's wrong with it? This NCAA are a bunch of.
So here, I'm gonna tackle this question first, and then obviously you guys can weigh in on this. Here's my opinion about paying players. At what point do you no longer separate the amateur and professional game? When you start paying college players, you become a professional athlete.
Sure.
There has to be that delineation between professional and amateur athlete. You got to remember, these kids are getting hundreds of thousands of dollars in incentives to go to these major universities to begin with. They get free housing, they get free meals, they get educations that cost 6 figures for 4 years.
Yeah.
So when you start paying players, and I'm never gonna have a problem with the booster benefits that Division I athletes receive. Obviously, you get these guys that go to your Alabamas with basketball, your Dukes, your Kentuckys. You see a 19-year-old 5-star prospect that's driving around in a brand new Hyundai Sonata. Where did he get it from? But when the school starts paying these players, you no longer have that separation between amateur athlete and professional athlete. At what point do they lose that incentive to actually be something? you'll inevitably what you'll have is you'll have these kids that go to college, and that's where they draw the line. Like, hey, I'm getting paid now. I don't care about my future after this. You have to have that line between professional and amateur, and it's college and pros.
No, I mean, I'm not talking about like paying them like a decent salary and just like these decent benefits like like helping out their families and stuff like on top of the scholarship money that they get like a car and stuff and like like I guess like an iPhone that you guys get and like like these players get and stuff. I mean, I guess the gifts are way more than bigger than that, like beach houses and all that stuff. But I mean,
so listen, if I'm a college, and this is going to look at it from. This may even sound a little insensitive, but looking at it from a business standpoint, if I'm an athletic director, obviously success with your program means success with your business. There's a reason why colleges like Alabama and Clemson and Florida and Texas have the highest revenues in college football because they are consistently successful.
Yeah.
But when you start paying for people who have nothing to do with your program, then you start turning it into a charity. And that is ultimately a bad business decision.
Yeah. And
I mean,
NCAA just wants to make money. They don't want to give away money at this point.
I mean, looking at it from a business standpoint, if I'm a head coach, if I'm an athletic director, I want that 5-star recruit out of Florida to come to my program because he could potentially put me over the top to get into the college football playoffs and win a national championship, which means millions of dollars of revenue for my school. But I'm not here in a position to pay for his family's housing, his family's cell phone, his family's food, his family's clothing. In terms of business, that's not what's going to happen.
So, Ronald, let me ask you this question on this topic right now. Like, I was watching this red carpet live event, and this pass rusher for Michigan, Hayes, I think it was, and that story just like it was crazy. Like this kid's family is from Liberia, like a country, and like he came over here when he was 6 and he started playing football, got recruited by Michigan, and it's just like he's just saying like, man, life's just a blessing. I came from Liberia when I was 6, and 13 years later I'm playing football for the University of Michigan, and my mom lives in. And I'm like, dude, how the fuck did that happen? Like, you came from Liberia, and then 13 years later, you're playing for Michigan. It's just, man,
it's a great story, and obviously he worked as hard as he possibly could to get to where he is now. But I mean, it's ultimately his responsibility to support his family. It's not Michigan's responsibility.
And like Steve Smith was saying that, like Steve Smith was saying that, like as soon as he gets that first signing bonus, he's gonna buy his mom a house, a car, and all that.
And that's I love stories like that. I absolutely love stories like that. I love hearing about people come from nothing. Brandon knows this better than anybody. Donald Driver and his mom lived in their car when he was a child.
Oh yeah.
And then he ultimately became one of the greatest wide receivers in franchise history.
Man, like,
so there's nothing.
Fan, dude, I don't want to hear any slander about that man. DD, man, the guy was
Donald Driver. Donald Driver personally is my favorite Packers wide receiver ever. That dude is the hardest hitting wide receiver I ever saw play. He would run through linebackers. He didn't care. He would hit anybody.
Kadarius Toney to New York.
Ooh. I don't know.
So gonna be honest with you, I am a little shocked he fell this far. I saw him as maybe like a mid-teens draft pick, maybe late teens, but so Steven, here you are.
Brandon, I'm gonna talk to Noah. He said thank you, Adam, for facts that nobody gives a shit about. That was my Nick Saban tidbit.
He's only messing with you. He's an LSU fan.
boy.
Yeah.
You're welcome, Noah. I'm sorry you only had one person drafted in the first round.
Wait, Adam,
not everybody can be Alabama.
This might
be
lonely.
It's lonely at the top.
This might be a dumb question, but like, how long has Nick Saban been the head coach of Alabama? 10?
2007 was his first year.
7, you're right.
And
so
then he was
2007
was his first year. He was shitty, and then after that he was great. So
they had wins vacated from 2007 because of the head coach before him.
Yeah.
So 14 years and how many titles?
6.
It's lonely at the top, Noah.
Good Lord.
Nobody loves you, Adam. I know, man. Not even my own family.
First of all, Noah, I love Adam.
Where are these comments coming from on the YouTube?
Noah's watching on Periscope, so he's watching on Twitter.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say with the Tony pick, did anyone else see? I trip out at seeing some of the stuff when they show the family. Did anyone else see that? Sewell had the pizza on the table, right?
Yeah.
And different people have different things. He had every team's draft hat on his table.
Did he really?
It was every single draft hat.
They do that to every pick, I believe.
Well,
But
they sent him the
I feel
box.
like they
but
hide it though.
He physically put it on the table. That's actually
Like they were
pretty cool.
all there.
All right, Steven, who you got here, brother? It's your team.
Man, I'm telling you, I've been texting with Zach too. He likes Darrisaw. Man, there's so much talent still on the board. I've been big on thinking they're going to trade back.
Don't be shocked if this is where we make the move right here.
I would. You know what? It wouldn't, because that wouldn't surprise me, because they would stay on the. There's so much talent that I could see Ballard dropping back. Just a handful of picks, maybe with the Packers, because there's just so much. See, there's the video. All the hats, man. Golly.
I don't like the hats. Do you guys?
No.
I love the hats. Oh, I love them. I
These
love
are
them.
pretty cool. I like them.
I like the trucker hat, man. I'm going to be going up to Lambeau on Saturday. I'm going to be getting one.
Ship one to me.
I'm just glad that this trip up to Lambeau on Saturday doesn't mean I have to buy a Jordan Love jersey yet.
Night's not over yet, Rhino.
No, I don't think they trade him. Brandon was like pissed, and now he's still pissed, but I don't think they.
I'm always pissed.
All right, gentlemen. Well, I'm gonna hop out of here.
Oh shit! I forgot. Juan was still on here. Damn.
Hey Juan, can I say one thing? We're not worthy.
I had no idea.
He's sitting in the dark like Batman, waiting for a prowler to come along so he can rope him up.
Yo, cheers, buddy. I had no idea you were in here. I had no idea. I'm sorry.
Hey, all right, Juan. We love you, buddy.
All right, you guys have a good night.
See you, man.
Later, bud.
Good night, man.
See you one.
Condolences to Juan. He could not stay.
Hey, Rhino, you're not doing a very good job on our ticker here, man.
Oh, you're like 2 picks.
You're on Washington. He said, whatever.
Once we hit the Doll phones, we just moved on.
That was funny.
The Dolphones. That sounds like a really shitty band from Miami. It's like Hootie and the Blowfish.
Adam goes, One Call Technology, we sell Doll phones.
Who would you like to see Tennessee get, Adam?
I'm going to go Elijah Moore out of Ole Miss, wide receiver, or Newsome.
That's a good
They
pick.
need
I like
somebody to
Elijah
pair
Moore.
with
A.J. Brown?
With AJ Brown, yeah.
Yeah, both Ole Miss boys. I like that. I like Newsome, too.
I think Corey Davis doesn't play there anymore, so it's
No, he went to the Jets.
yeah. So I mean, that'll be good. That'll be a good pick for them, Elijah Moore.
I think they need another weapon on the outside, so
For sure.
so teams can't stack the box against Derrick Henry. They got to do a little,
They also lost. What's his name? Jonnu Smith.
Yeah, he's gone too. Adam Humphries is
there's
gone.
no way they're going to pay him that money.
No.
So I think the Titans need to go. I like your idea of Newsome for the Titans more.
Yeah, I like Newsome.
They lost so much on defense.
Yeah, we lost a ton on defense.
Colts pick is in.
Yep, I see it.
Christian Barmore.
Yeah.
Barmore goes to the Colts.
No, I'm just joking. I was seeing what Steven would. I was seeing what Steven would do. His eyes got a little big. He was like, "Oh, okay."
I like him. I don't like him on the Colts, man. We have DeForest Buckner.
Yeah.
Dude, are you kidding me? With an interior line with DeForest Buckner and Christian Barmore, nobody's running through that line, dude.
I agree, but
and then Darius Leonard at linebacker.
No one is running on you guys ever.
Yeah.
There's so much talent at positions of need.
What the hell do
Russell
you guys
Wilson
need?
got the Walter Payton
A
Man of
tackle.
the Year award.
A tackle, a corner,
Yeah.
a receiver.
This might be Newsome, man. This might be Newsome.
I like Newsome.
You guys need defense too. Oh, well, it's not Tennessee yet.
No, we definitely need a corner.
I've heard Caleb Farley for you guys, Adam. I heard they've been
I'd
sniffing
be
around
okay
him a
with
lot.
that too. I'd be okay with that.
I heard they were thinking about trying to trade up to get him.
Steven's
I just wonder who the Colts pick. I don't care about seeing Russell
Steven's
Wilson.
about to have to drink beer here in a second. Look at Steven looks like he's about ready to fall asleep.
I'm not. No, man. I'm sitting here staring at Russell Wilson on my TV, and I just want to know who the Colts are picking.
Damn, you're way behind.
Too.
Picks already in.
Dude, I'm 20 seconds behind, probably.
Just joking. Look at Rhino looked right up when I said picks in.
It's incredibly
Well,
irritating.
I haven't seen it on Twitter yet.
I haven't either.
I'm not looking. I'm not looking on this one.
Okay,
Najee
yeah,
Harris.
Oh God.
I'm just kidding.
There'll be some serious stuff thrown at that point.
Oh man.
Quiddy Payne or Pay or whatever his last name is.
Well, that's Michigan.
Rusher. Yeah, Michigan edge rusher.
Do you like the pick, Steven?
Is it? I haven't seen it. Is it Quiddy Pay?
Yeah,
It's Quiddy Pay, yeah.
pretty bad.
I do. I like it.
You're gonna like him. He has a relentless motor.
Well, and he was getting mocked to the Colts a lot, and they had to get better on the edge. And of the two top ones, I said it earlier too. I don't like Jalen Phillips at all. I don't like his medicals. I don't like any of that. I didn't want to go near him.
And here's the thing about Jalen Phillips, if I may. He actually he was at the University of California, Los Angeles, and they have a rule there where they actually kick you off of the football team if you have 3 concussions. So he took a year off, and then he joined Miami with his last year of eligibility. Yeah, dude, that just has a bunch of red flags right there.
Well, and that's my thing. Like, I got into it with someone about that where, I know this. So the dude I know the guy who makes the pick for the Colts, sorry, because they're just showing it on my TV. But the thing that I got into with Jalen Phillips about that is whether it was a school rule or not, he had 4 concussions in 11 games at UCLA.
Yeah, crazy.
So of the edge rushers, I prefer Quiddy Pay. So I like that pick. And, I mean, he'll step in on a defense that is loaded at this point.
I'll be honest. Don Brown coaches his guys pretty well, Steven, over at Michigan. So I think this guy has potential to, like, if Darius Leonard is creating havoc in the middle, this guy has a chance to run free and go kill someone.
Well, you put him on a line with Grover Stewart and DeForest Buckner, he's not going to get double teamed.
Yeah, he's just
free. Not. So if he can develop and he can show the technique and the moves, he's gonna have the ability to have these one-on-one battles on the line because they're gonna double Buckner. That's what they did all year this year. So
I might go Bateman here too.
Yeah,
I will hate you if you go Bateman, Adam.
No, you won't, because we love him.
I love Bateman.
You love Bateman because of
DJ Brown.
where he's at.
That's not the only reason. I love Bateman.
Do you think Lamar Houston still comes back to the Colts after this pick or no?
No. They were talking with him. You talking about Justin Houston?
Justin, sorry.
No, I don't think they had talked to him briefly. I mean, he's still out there. He went to Baltimore on a visit. If they bring him back, the only way I see it is for veteran leadership in the locker room. But now they're super young. They have Quiddy Pay. They have Kamoko Toure, who's going into his third season, I think. Yeah, third. And they have Ben Banigou going into his third. So they're super young. And Colts fans, they've not been keen on the fact they spent no money in free agency on edge. And so people were really, really worried about it because Kamoko Toure flashed before he was injured 2 years ago, and he was never healthy last year. Ben Banigou was a healthy scratch for a half a dozen games this year, and he was a second round pick 2 years ago. So they're going to go really young. So the only way I see Houston coming back is if they're looking for some sort of veteran leadership in the locker room.
Another thing too is I think Caleb Farley is going to end up falling out of the first round. It tells you how scary back issues can be for somebody. He was a top 15 talent
Yeah.
But that back is probably going to prevent him from being drafted this evening. So Adam, who are you feeling right now, man? Who's your pick?
Man, I mean, if I had to pick, I'm gonna go Newsom.
God, I would hate it if you guys got Newsom.
I'm gonna go Newsom, but it wouldn't surprise me if they go Elijah Moore or Bateman.
They need that wide receiver to fill Corey
Yeah,
Davis.
but man, we lost a lot of defensive backs this year, and
I mean, maybe if it's Greg Newsom to replace. I mean, did you guys lose Malcolm Butler too?
yeah,
Oh
Yeah, he's a free agent still, isn't he?
I don't know if he's signed or not. I know
I don't think he's signed with anybody yet.
He's still
But I don't
free.
think he did.
We lost Adoree Jackson. We lost.
And your defense, Adam, was historically bad.
That was horrible.
Historically bad. I don't know how you could justify not taking somebody on defense.
Malcolm Butler's with the Cardinals.
There you
Oh,
go.
he did sign with the Cardinals.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah,
all right.
he did.
I couldn't remember if he had signed.
else
But
would
you
we-
gotta remember though, AJ Brown is the best receiving option in Tennessee, and he is questionable on whether or not he can take that leap into the next stratosphere of wide receivers. So, I mean, the best defense is a good offense.
He's gone.
Remember
AJ
that
Brown
too.
is.
It's
AJ
gonna be
Brown is-
Elijah. It's gonna be Elijah Moore. They just showed him up on the screen crying.
Oh, I love Elijah Moore. Damn it.
Maybe he's crying because he didn't get drafted.
Well, they're showing Rashad Bateman right now too.
Yeah, no.
I would take either one of those players in Green
Yeah.
I
Bay.
would too in a
They
heartbeat.
are very, very good route runners.
Rhino with Juan's tweet.
he tweeted out, I will not handle any Bears slander this evening. So I just tweeted out the eyes rolling emoji.
That's funny. That's funny.
But condolences to Juan. He could not be here this evening. So thank you for joining us and then leaving immediately. We didn't even know you were here.
Thank you for sitting in the dark.
Yeah. He's going to go throw on a Blink-182 album now.
All right, let's see who the Titans get.
They got 50. Actually, it's taken an awfully long time for
Farley.
pick in the low 20s.
Caleb Farley.
That's a good pick.
Was
Is
it?
it okay? It is official. It is Caleb Farley. Is it really?
Really?
I'm not shocked at that. They were linking him. They were talking about the Titans trying to jump up in front of teams to get him.
I think he's the
Earlier
best
today.
cornerback in this draft.
But his back
needed
issues have that's why he fell. I thought he was top 15.
He had multiple surgeries on his back.
Yeah.
That's
Research.
that's no joke, man.
I'm still shocked at the fact that J.C. Horn went number 8.
I know.
Why are you shocked? Why are you shocked? He was projected in the top 12.
I think J.C. Horn is the third ranked corner in this draft.
I know.
in my
I had
opinion.
him below Patrick
Yeah.
Surtain and Farley.
So did I. Yep.
I think these teams he's like more of like I don't know, like when I was watching more Estes ball, he has a knack for the ball, I guess, a little bit. Like
You know, the more I watch this first round, I don't think the Packers move. The way quarterbacks fell, the way some of these picks have shaped up in the middle picks here, they could get one of their top 15 guys that they considered moving up for. They could still get at 29.
I could see him trading out too.
I could definitely see them trading out, but
That'll make Packers Twitter fun.
but there's a lot more talent right now that could potentially be available to them than I thought there would be.
I still
Do you
think
think-
Christian. I still think Christian Barmore to you guys is great.
That's who I've had the whole time. is Christian Barmore.
At this point, I want Elijah Moore or Rashad Bateman.
Rashad Bateman.
Bateman would be so good for you guys.
Yeah, Bateman would be. I like Bateman.
He's
Definitely be different than last year's draft because that was like a shocker.
Yes, it was.
Yes,
Yes,
I'll tell
Wyatt.
you-
Thank you for that
Well,
in-depth
I'm just-
analysis.
I'm sorry.
Brandon, I
It
will
was
tell
a
you
sho-
one of the
it was
funniest
a
things that
shocker.
I've
I'm not-
watched over and over.
hate. No hate. It was a shocker.
Go ahead, Steven.
I was going to say one of the funniest things that I watched over and over was Pat McAfee's live stream of the draft last year. and I'm trying to remember his name. It's the Packers fan who's in there, and his just
Tyler.
utter come apart when they
Yeah.
drafted Jordan Love.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Me
I,
and Steven were at work and we laughed for 10 minutes straight.
Oh, I
watching
cried.
that.
I cried. Literally, he was like, "Go find his house and throw rocks at it."
So I remember I watched the draft by myself. I was sitting on the couch and I was just like, all right, cool. All right, this guy's going here, this guy's going here. All right, that's fine. And I saw the notification, Packers trade up, and I'm like, let's fucking go. Packers select quarterback Jordan Love, and I'm like,
I'm going to bed.
I was like, who? The best draft reaction I've ever seen in my life is that New York Knicks fan years ago that reacted to Kristaps Porzingis.
Yeah, that was great.
That was a good one.
He's like, this cocksucker doesn't even have a fucking green card. Like, wow, that's aggressive, sir. That is aggressive. Caleb Farley is a great pick if he is healthy.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that too, because when we drafted Jeffrey Simmons and that dude blew his ACL out, and we still drafted him, and he's ended up being,
Serviceable.
serviceable on the line.
It's genuinely shocking how good of a secondary the Minnesota Gophers have had over the last couple of years, and they still can't even get to the Big Ten title game.
Who's that?
The Minnesota Gophers.
Oh yeah.
How good they're second, because the old boy that got drafted by Tampa last year,
Row
Who-
the boat. Row the boat.
damn near could have been all pro.
Yeah.
The safety. It's
I
just
love him.
Hey, me and Steven will attest. I love PJ Fleck.
Oh my
I would run through a brick wall for
God,
that man.
don't even. I can't stand him.
You don't want to row the boat,
So-
Brandon?
Cannot
can't-
stand him.
I love
I can't
him.
stand PJ Fleck, but at the same time, he is a good coach.
Yeah.
I will give him credit for
Good
that.
college
But
coach.
I can't. I hate his face. I want to punch him in his stupid track jacket with his goddamn tie and
Yeah,
dress shirt underneath it. Like,
that's
dude,
right here, it's just like he has a sweater over it. He's got a shirt, then he's got the red tie, and then he's got a sweater over it, right? And then he's got the sunglasses, and then when someone makes a play, he's like,
it's like, all right, Tom Landry, calm the fuck down. You guys haven't even been in a goddamn Big Ten championship game yet.
I'm like, damn, bro, holy shit.
Hey,
Since
really
when
quickly,
did this
Rhino, I was going to
overall
tell you that I put a thing out asking Colts Twitter about the Kwity Paye pick, and man, I'll tell you what, it is actually split right down the middle on people who are not happy about it.
Really?
Because Darisaw was still on the board, there was a lot of tackles still on there, and a lot of people view that as the number one pick. But I will say, most of the people who are criticizing it's quickly followed by it's Ballard. So you just trust Chris Ballard because he's hardly ever missed in the draft.
I will give you that. Chris Ballard has been spot on with his draft picks over the last couple of years. So yeah.
They mentioned something with him where they said that. Go ahead, Wyatt.
No, I'm sorry to cut you off.
Well, no, I was just going to say they've said with him, if you look at his worst picks were his first year, and he didn't have his scouting department in place. He was still using Ryan Grigson's.
Yeah, it was yeah. He still had a lot of guys actually that he was not able to replace. Dude, Jonathan Taylor is going to end up being the best Wisconsin professional running back with the Colts.
I was so excited for him.
So we've had such great running backs come through Wisconsin only to be busts or overrated in the pros. I mean, it dates back to Ron Dane when he went to the Texans. Dion Lewis is the only, or not Dion Lewis. James White is the only highly successful Wisconsin back over the last probably 10 years. But that's because he played in New England and he fit a system very well. Yeah. Jonathan Taylor is the real deal, dude. He's going to be a top 5 running back.
He is. I agree.
Sorry,
I love him.
But I thought Monty Ball was going to be good. That's what I thought. But I guess
Monty Ball, he couldn't keep his head straight though, dude. He had a lot of off the field issues, a lot of personal issues. I mean, there was
Melvin
that bar
Gordon?
fight.
If only
Melvin Gordon was. Melvin Gordon was good, but I mean, he had a couple of decent years and then kind of just fell off the map.
But I'll tell you, with Jonathan Taylor, there was a lot of people, me not being one, I was super excited for him. But there were Colts fans questioning about halfway through the year. But man, when he hit his stride last year, holy! And people forgot. I talk about it on ours all the time. He wasn't supposed to be the starting running back last year.
He wasn't the starting running back for the first half of the season. Yeah.
Was it supposed
it was supposed to be Marlon Mack, and he blew his knee out. Or
Marlon Mack signed with them, right?
Mack, yeah. And Mack actually stayed. The cool thing with him is he actually stayed in Indy during the entire season and rehabbed in Indy and was in the running back room every single day. So he could help kind of mentor Jonathan Taylor.
Are they going to
Jonathan Taylor should have been at least considered a Heisman finalist.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't know how he
wasn't
over 1,900 yards and double-digit touchdowns, and he wasn't even invited. Okay.
Yeah, that's the fact that he wasn't invited is astounding. But it also, the reason why he wasn't invited is because Wisconsin had a very subpar year. I mean, had Wisconsin won double-digit games, he's probably sitting there in New York.
Yeah.
Christian Darrisaw of Minnesota.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very track room. So Chris Ballard, he got a lot of, like, going back to what you said, he was getting a lot of flack for his pick right now, and it was from Bears beat writers. Probably a little sad that we got Pace instead of Chris Ballard, which should have been the Bears GM. So
what's funny is they don't talk. He will not talk slander about Ryan Pace at all. He loves Ryan Pace.
Yeah.
Because they've tried to get him to slip up when talking. The Bears fans with Chris Ballard is how Eagles fans are with Frank Reich.
Makes sense.
Chris Ballard, I love Chris Ballard.
Oh,
honestly, man.
Yeah.
I mean, like, no shit.
Here we go with the Vikings pick. You said it was who?
It's
Christian
Darrisaw.
Okay. All right. You know who's really going to be the Packers MVP over the next year is going to be Russ Ball and how he figures out the contract situations. I mean, we've got Jair Alexander coming up. We've got Devontae Adams coming up. We obviously have to figure out something with Rodgers, whether it's an extension or a trade, to get back under the cap. He's worked his magic with a lot of guys so far. Kenny Clark getting his extension. David Bakhtiari getting his extension. It's going to be very tough to figure out a future in Green Bay. I mean, God bless, man. I don't know.
To be honest with you, as much as I hate the Packers, they've done a good job of drafting and keeping their core together. So I think they got at least 2 years here with Rodgers to get to that Super Bowl.
Well, Brandon has really pounded us home on a lot of our podcasts on Titletown Lounge. You know, the narrative that the Packers have not done anything to surround Rodgers with talent is ultimately bullshit. Mm-hmm. They've given him the best offensive tackle in football. They've given him the best wide receiver in football.
Best center.
He had the best center. He's got a top 5 running back. He had a top 10 defense last year, which he did not have for the longest time. He's got so many pieces around. I mean, there's a reason why he won MVP. There's a reason why they had the top offense in football last year, is because they've done a phenomenal job. And they were talking about this on The Big Show, which is on 12:50 a.m. here in Milwaukee. The reason why people don't recognize what the Packers have done to surround Aaron Rodgers with talent is because it isn't fresh faces. It's faces that you've seen get drafted and ultimately turn into top 5, even top 3 talents at their positions. But people don't appreciate that. You know, we signed Kenny Clark, who's a top 3 defensive tackle, David Bakhtiari, who is a top 3, if not the best tackle in football, and then Aaron Jones, who's a top 5 running back. If you were to have any team in football out of all 32 franchises, if you had any team sign all 3 of those guys, that's the best offseason anyone could possibly have. But because of the fact that all 3 of these guys wore Packers jerseys before they signed their contracts, nobody appreciates those moves the way they would have if Bakhtiari played for the Chargers and Aaron Jones played for the Jets and Kenny Clark played for the Steelers. You know, if Brian Gutekunst and Russ Ball had signed these guys from different teams, no one would be talking about the Packers the way they are right now. The narrative that we don't surround Rodgers with talent is just ridiculous.
It's laziness because people that don't know, they don't turn on the ESPN, and on the bottom ticker it says Packers signed free agent so and so they think Green Bay doesn't do anything. It's lazy.
Yeah,
it's laziness. Do your research to what you're talking about. It's when people say I can't believe they don't do anything to Rodgers. No offense to Aaron Rodgers, but when it comes down to the NFC Championship game, he has got to play better. Like, simple as that. He just has to.
Now that's where our opinion differs right there. Is that
he got three straight turnovers in the NFC Championship game and did nothing.
He's not the only one that did nothing in that game.
I agree.
Aaron Jones did nothing.
There it is. You were right, Adam.
Hey, Steven.
Najee Harris to Steelers.
I told you, Steven, there's my number 6.
I don't hate that pick at all, man. Hey,
not
only did I pin you down on how many, I believe you've gotten all 6. Actually, I
think I've got them all right,
pick
too.
The players.
Dude, this board is falling perfectly for Green Bay. They have so many options right now.
There's a lot of options. Yeah,
there's a lot.
All right.
Honestly, the Steelers have. I think the Steelers have a top 3 pick in the draft right now. Right now, they have a top 3 pick in the draft in terms of like the 3rd best pick out of anybody so far. That dude is going to do damage in.
Najee Harris is going to be really good.
Yeah.
He's going to be very, very good.
He's going to help Big Ben a lot out, just like when they had Le'Veon Bell.
I cannot believe how bad James Conner fell off the map.
That one year he was like on freaking fire.
Yep.
I mean, I understand that they have the offensive line problems that they do, but I mean, their offensive line wasn't that bad to where he went from top 5 to bottom 5 within a season and a half.
And I think, who's their backup? Is it Benny Snell? That's his backup. Yeah. Benny Snell did just fine behind the offensive line, so it's just like maybe.
Honestly, I mean, Benny Snell did better than James Conner did.
Yeah. So
Najee Harris will be day 1 starter.
100%.
He's for sure. Benny Snell.
Najee Harris is running back 1 today, right now. Yeah, he's running back 1.
Well, Adam, you said it too on yours that he can catch the ball, so that's huge because I think what happened to Conner was. Roethlisberger can't push the ball down the field anymore. Yeah. And so now they just stack the box because he's just dumping the ball off, on under routes. I think it's a great pick.
The only knock on Najee Harris is that his top end speed, his longest run in college was 55 yards.
And I hate when people say that because that doesn't mean shit.
I know. I mean,
that doesn't mean shit.
Doesn't.
But Alabama went from being a power running team, a run the ball first team, to a throw first team.
Yeah.
So when your running back only has a 55-yard touchdown run, what the hell does that mean to me?
Yeah.
Do you mean to tell me that if he got past 55 yards in the pros,
he's
all
of a sudden he's going
to fall, he's going to slow, he's going to stop running? I absolutely hate that people have brought that up. Yeah. Well, he never ran the ball more than 60 yards. Really? Did you watch him run the ball?
And if the dude falls, he falls. He gains 55 yards and he falls. I mean, like if he trips and falls, he falls. I'm
gonna tell you something right now. If somebody bitched about a 55-yard run, turn your goddamn TV off. Turn your goddamn TV off. Are you kidding me? Oh my God, I can't believe he only got 55 yards. Why don't you get the ball then and run it? Jesus, dude. Sometimes people are so ridiculous with what they bitch about in football.
Hey, Rhino, Brandon, I got a question for you guys.
What's happening?
With you saying how it's lining up, the board is falling perfectly for the Packers. There's a lot of talent still on the board.
Yeah, there is.
Do you think they trade back because there's still so much?
It's possible. It's very, very possible.
Because it depends on what the offer is. If they can move into the top 5 picks of the second round and then gain some more capital in, like, say, the 3rd or the 4th, I would not be upset about that. If they trade back and they're not picking until the end of the second round, maybe not. But we did this a couple years ago when we unfortunately selected Kevin King over TJ Watt. And see, this is one of the reasons why I am in the back of my mind second guessing trading out of the first round now. What year was it, Brandon? Was it 2018? They traded out of the first round when they could have selected
17.
TJ Watt. 17. Watt was right there.
Yeah.
And they
passed
traded
on him.
they traded out of the first round, let the Steelers draft TJ Watt, and we drafted Kevin King. Now, I don't know if you've ever watched Kevin King play corner, but I think Helen Keller could probably do a better job covering somebody.
Oprah probably can do.
I think I don't totally disagree with you, but I think the Kevin King slander is a little bit kind of
He's still pretty
unfair.
good.
Well, the Kevin King
he's
slander is in
physical.
hindsight. It's in hindsight.
Yeah,
obviously.
but you could honestly, Rhino, you could do that with every draft. Look at all the teams that passed on Aaron Rodgers. I mean,
Chandler Jones.
in 2019, fully healthy, he had 5 interceptions. I mean,
he was a great cornerback for Washington. He's one of the biggest reasons why they made the college football playoffs, only to get blown out by Alabama, of course.
yeah, he
but
was shut down in Washington.
he was shut down in Washington, and at the time on paper, everyone was looking at this like, okay, yeah, we passed on TJ Watt, but look at this dude we got in the second round who was ultimately a first round talent. So yeah, you're 100% right. All of the slander about Kevin King is in hindsight, and a lot of that comes from that NFC Championship game. But I was not a fan of bringing him back, dude. I was not a fan of bringing him back.
I wasn't either at first, but then when you saw the details of the contract, I don't think it's gonna.
It's not a horrible contract, no. It's a very reasonable contract for a player of his caliber. Now, I will gladly eat crow if Kevin King comes out in 2021 and is back to his 2019 ways or his Washington ways. I will gladly eat crow. But after watching him almost single-handedly cost us the NFC Championship game, there's a sour taste in my mouth.
Yeah, I agree.
The defensive coordinator didn't help with the play call as well. So,
well, there's a reason why he is gone and will never be back.
So he's in Chicago now.
I know that's stupid, but well, that's another day. But it's interesting that you ask if the Green Bay should trade back. Who would be willing to come back in the first round for Green Bay to trade back into the second?
Honestly, it all depends on needs. I mean, I'll be completely honest with you. And this may sound crazy. I could see you guys coming back into the first round.
True, but I don't think Green Bay's gonna. Well, they could.
Well, we just saw Dallas trade
And
with
Philly.
did we all freeze?
Yeah, but Green Bay and
What?
Well, you guys didn't freeze on my end.
I'm not froze.
I'm still here.
Yeah.
Rhino's froze.
I think Rhino freeze.
Rhino is stone faced right now.
He's like Snowface frozen right now. Look at him. He's like Snowface frozen.
Juan fired him from the network, so he just cut him.
35th Amendment invoked.
Oh, he's gone.
yeah.
You know, that should be the image of the 35th Amendment.
Look at him.
I just missed everything. I freaked out for a second. I'm like, really? Did this just shut down on me? So
were you saying?
here is one thing that we do have to keep an eye on, not draft related. We only have about 40 minutes left of streaming. We can only stream for 4 hours. So
this first they got to do something about this first round though.
So ridiculous, dude.
That's
4
terrible.
fucking hours.
Wait. Streamer only does 4 hours on the second plan? Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's only 4 hours of streaming, and then
10 people,
I
10 people.
I thought that's what I was getting cut out for first. I'm like, oh my god, are we at 4 fucking hours already? Who did Jacksonville go with, by the way?
I don't know.
I don't think they've announced it yet.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
That's what's
So
annoying.
Did you guys see the president's tweet about he's chugging a beer?
I just quote tweeted that.
The pick is in for Jacksonville.
Who is it?
Don't know yet.
Don't be one of the weapons. Don't be one of the weapons.
I
This is
won't.
where I'm
Oh
starting.
my
You guys will
God.
know I don't do that shit.
Wow.
Who is it, Brandon?
Travis Etienne.
What?
Whoa.
I don't get that.
Dude, this is perfect for Green Bay. They can't mess this up. There's like 6 guys they could take right now.
Why would you take a running back
I
there?
don't get it. They could take like an offensive lineman to help.
Wait a minute.
Travis.
Hold on a second. Everybody
That's-
pause for a second.
That's from Adam
Jacksonville had an undrafted rookie who rushed for almost 1,200 yards last year.
And now
James
there's
Robinson.
the second best running back.
And then they pick a running back in the first round? What?
That is,
I
Hey,
will never.
what did I say at the beginning when you guys asked me about the
Trevor
Jaguars?
Lawrence.
Yeah. Steven was right about the.
I said that they're a dumpster fire, and
that is awful.
he's gonna flame out.
You
That's
have
a
James
horrible
Robinson.
Holy smokes.
That's a reach.
That is awful.
Yeah, I don't like that pick.
I had him going in the very late first round and got picked apart in my mock draft for it.
You have James Robinson and you draft that dude.
Yeah.
All of the wide receiver options that were available, and Jacksonville does not have a solid wide receiver one, and that's who you go with.
Yeah, I would have went with Bateman or Elijah Moore on that.
It's good news for the Packers.
Honestly, I see Cleveland taking a weapon here with the potential of OBJ either not being healthy
Yeah,
or
Cleveland. Yeah,
tradable.
Yeah.
Cleveland and Baltimore are probably in the receiver market.
Oh, Baltimore 1,000% is in the receiver market.
Green
1,000%.
Bay's got to jump ahead if they want. Well, I mean, they got options. I mean, they really do. It really. I mean, I don't want to say they can't screw it up because they absolutely can. But there's so many guys that they could pick that I would be completely happy with.
Hey, here's a question for you guys. Baltimore's on the clock next, and they're the ones who've been linked with Julio the most. Do you think anything happens?
Nothing's going to happen.
No, not since they drafted Pitts.
They can't trade. Atlanta can't trade Julio until after June 1st, so it's not going to happen today.
And they have Pitts, so I think they're just doubling down with their offense. So I mean, why trade Julio there?
Does Baltimore go like offensive tackle here, like Tevin Jenkins?
Baltimore has 2 first picks, don't they?
Yeah, I think so.
I would be all right with Barmore as the Packers go. I would be okay with Bateman, Greg Newsome, the linebacker out of Notre Dame. I don't know. There's a lot to.
There is a linebacker need though for Baltimore.
That linebacker in Notre Dame is
no. Baltimore just got Patrick Queen last year.
Yeah, my bad. Sorry.
I don't see Green Bay taking a linebacker in the first round.
I think wide receiver, but I could be wrong.
Well, if one is there, because Baltimore for sure is taking one ahead of Green Bay. Cleveland could potentially as well.
I'm still going with my original pick for you guys, and I'm going to say Christian Barmore.
I'd be okay with that too. There's a lot that I'd be okay with, but the Packers will find a way to jack it up.
I like Bateman to you guys. I like that one a lot.
There's a lot of smoke the last few days about Cleveland got Greg Newsome. Damn it.
Yeah.
Cleveland's for Greg Newsome.
Yep, now it starts.
Well, what's New Orleans going to do though?
New Orleans needs everything.
They can't afford anything.
They need everything.
Oh yeah, Bateman, man. I thought Bateman was going to the Packers.
But you guys are 29, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So even if Baltimore takes, I could go Baltimore.
I'll take Elijah Moore.
Yeah.
I would love Elijah Moore.
So there was an interesting tidbit about New Orleans was trying to trade up into like where the Bears traded up to get Fields, but everyone didn't want to trade back to the 28th pick.
The Browns pick is in.
Yeah.
It's got to be.
Has to work now. I swear to God, if Matt Nagy does not make this work, dude.
Cornerback for the Browns.
Yeah.
Really?
Right.
Yeah.
Wait, is it?
Is that what it says?
Newsome.
Greg Newsome, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a solid pick.
That is a solid pick, especially at 26. I think he deserved to go a little higher.
I was shocked that he fell that low, but this is the weird thing about the draft. Am I cutting up at all?
No,
you're good.
Okay.
No, you're good.
So the weird thing about the draft is the first 10 picks really set a precedent of which direction the draft is going to go in. Mm-hmm. This draft was very it was offensive dominant in the first 10 picks. I think only 2 guys were defensive players. So you had a lot of people that were reaching to get those offensive picks and offensive weapons that they wanted in the first 12, 15 picks. And then it's like, oh shit, these guys are still available.
Sorry to cut you off.
No, it's okay.
I'm just sitting here thinking there's a ton of talent in round 2 now too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
That's why I could see Green Bay trading out.
The Jacksonville Jaguars are just that is insane to me.
Stupid pick.
That was stupid.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah,
Why would
I
you
love
not?
it too.
Makes
Why
sense
would
for-
you not want to get Trevor Lawrence a weapon on like downfield? Like get him something he can throw
Get him a
to.
wide receiver.
Yeah,
What's Travis
Elijah
Etienne?
Moore or Bateman there would have been
That was,
ideal.
I think that was a worse pick than the Raiders pick.
Oh, by far.
I agree.
Or the Jets.
What did the Jets pick? Their second pick.
It was
That
what
offensive
was the-
lineman. That's the
yeah.
one that got the D+ grade on it.
Yeah. They moved up. They traded up
for
to get him.
USC, right?
No, they got this. What the? They got Elijah Vera Tucker over guys like Christian Darrisaw.
My new shirt,
Tevin
guys.
Jenkins.
My new shirt, guys.
Literally said that he wants
Already
to reverse
Soldier Fields.
That's kind of a good one.
I like it. That's good, man.
Yeah.
Whatever. Whatever Woody Johnson does with this team, I don't care. Or Robert Silla, wherever his name is. That pick doesn't make sense to me. Elijah Vera Tucker doesn't make sense.
Nothing was better than when Rhino read it off. He's like D+.
We're not going to be able to finish this draft first round, are we?
I don't think. Well, we're definitely not finishing the first round. I really hope we get to the Packers pick. We have 32 minutes left.
I think we'll get to the Packers.
Do you want to do a part 2 stream or no? We're not doing that.
He's not listening to you, AJ.
Oh, wait, is he frozen again?
No, AJ's
No,
fired.
there-
I don't listen to people who are fired.
Wait, are we continuing the stream to another one? Is that what
It depends. If we make it to the Packers pick, probably not.
Nobody cares
Hopefully-
about Tampa Bay or Kansas
At
City.
that point, I mean, who cares about it?
Oh, Kansas City don't even have a pick.
They want
Hopefully we make it to the Packers pick.
So here's a question too, though. What's the best pick so far? What do you guys think is the best pick so far?
Oh God!
Don't ask me.
Um,
Well, you
Don't-
don't, you know what? AJ, you don't count either.
You already know it's going to be from my
Wyatt already showed his Soldier
I'm gonna
Fields
say
shirt.
I'm gonna say Kyle Pitts to Atlanta.
no.
I am.
I hate to say it. I Justin Fields of Chicago.
That might be it too, yeah.
So
pick.
right now,
Depends on how Matt Nagy turns it, man. He has to.
I'm not gonna lie. Even though this is my most hated franchise in football, Dallas, the move they made is up there for me. The Najee Harris pick is up there for me. Him going to Pittsburgh is up there for me. Oh God, it's hard. It's hard.
I actually think I think you're right too. I think the Justin Fields pick is not. I mean,
Justin Fields' pick was a good pick, but Dallas played the game perfectly, dude. They allowed Philly to get in and screw over the Giants, and then they got right back in and
got
picked the
Micah
dude that they
Parsons.
wanted to
Yeah.
pick the whole time.
Yeah.
That ETN pick is the worst pick in the first round by far.
I agree. That's
Worst pick by far. ETN
I
is
really like-
1,000%.
I like, and it pains me to say it too. I do like the Caleb Farley pick for the Titans.
I like that.
It was a position of need and a really good player. If his medicals check out, I'll tell you what, though, Adam, y'all cannot, as a person who supports Titans, y'all cannot afford a swing and a miss again on a first round pick.
No,
pick is
Last year's first round pick was the worst one I've ever seen.
Isaiah Wilson. Yeah, it was horrible.
I like Najee Harris. I like the Pitts move or Kyle Pitts move. I mean, of course, I like the Fields one, but if I was being
Fields is
unbiased,
Actually, not just saying this because I'm an Alabama guy, but I don't mind the freaking Mac Jones to New England pick. To be honest,
The fact
Yeah,
that he
they
fell,
didn't have
the
to
fact that he
do it
fell
that
to
well.
them, and yeah, they didn't have to trade up for him. Yeah, that's a great pick.
I think I'm with Rhino. I think Najee Harris was way underrated, and to get him at 24 to a team like Pittsburgh, I think that dude's going to
Yeah.
do damage. He's going to do damage there.
for sure, you're right.
I guess like the Jalen Waddle pick stands out a little bit for Philadelphia, and how to use him and stuff.
Jalen Waddle,
Jalen Waddle went to Miami.
he went to Miami. Devonta Smith went to Philly.
Yeah,
I do like that pick a lot too.
I do.
Oh,
like
sorry.
that too.
Sorry. But yeah,
Give Jalen more
Jalen
weapons.
Waddle to Miami. I just want to see what they do with him, dude, because like they're going to be an interesting team to watch. Miami, see what they do.
I don't.
Brandon,
I'm
do you
super interested
feel,
to see which receiver the Ravens take here.
They got to be picking a wide receiver. The pick is in,
What?
so
I'm trying to find it.
Brandon, are you feeling more confident that Rodgers doesn't get traded?
I don't think he ever was going to. I think there's probably some animosity there over something, but I don't think he was ever going to get traded.
He's got one more year at least there, I would say.
I think he only has 1 year left.
It all depends.
Unless he wins a Super Bowl.
Honestly, I could see Rodgers is weird. Like I could see him walking away from football if he got the Jeopardy job.
That would be stupid. That guy's got 5 good years left.
Maybe. He's also had a lot of major injuries too.
You think? I mean, he's pretty smart about taking hits most of the time.
Has anybody seen the Ravens pick yet? I can't even see it.
Yeah, I'm
I
looking.
Pick is in.
I haven't seen it either.
See, I was agreeing with you, Brandon, too. That Rodgers doesn't strike me as someone who wants to play till he's like 42.
He's come on record and said it, but I don't know. Like it's hard to get a read on him, you know.
One thing I'll say about Rodgers is he has really been, after Olivia Munn, he really got caught up in the famous lifestyle.
Oh crap! Who'd they pick?
I just said, ooh,
Bateman.
Yeah, I figured that was happening.
that. But Lamar Jackson's got to get the ball.
Hey, I think Green Bay's okay. You can either get Elijah Moore, or you can get Barmore.
Wait, did Rondale Moore go yet?
Oh, he hasn't went.
No,
He's not going
round
to be a
guy.
first round pick.
Yeah.
He won't be. He's
See,
fine.
that's a guy I would have been okay with the Packers picking in like the first 10 picks of the second round.
Yeah,
I like him.
If he's there, like in say like 32 to 40, would you trade down right now?
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
I think that might, dude. That guy, maybe. I mean, if he's there like the 40 range, and right now Green Bay's at 29. I mean, get some picks in the 4th or 3rd round.
Bateman's the one I really wanted.
Yeah, Bateman, he's a crisp route runner.
Yeah.
Shit, playing on the side of Devontae Adams, on the other side of Devontae Adams, shit, you get to learn a lot.
We have 25 minutes left.
I don't know if we're gonna make it, man.
We'll get the Packers pick in. We won't
Do
make
you
it
think?
yet, though.
What do you think? New Orleans goes wide receiver because
I don't know. I'm interested to see.
No.
They need
Mason
one.
corner or linebacker?
Yeah, it's true. Tight end? No, not tight end. In the
No,
first
dude.
round.
Look, the Saints are a mess, dude.
They're gonna
Like Taysom Hill, they're gonna really trot him out, or who is it gonna be? Is it gonna be Taysom Hill or Jameis Winston?
It's gonna be
It's gonna be
Jameis
Jameis.
Winston.
I don't know about that.
Taysom Hill is just well. I think Taysom Hill did pretty good last year.
I guess the Broncos, but the Broncos were just dead last year.
Well, and even with his
Number
big
two.
contract, it's all voidable years. Like he's got a 5-year contract, with like 5 voidable years.
So how does that work? So if he doesn't work out after week 5, you just cut him and nothing happens to the cap?
I don't know if it's after week 5, but I know it was a 5-year extension, I think,
3, something
and
like that.
only the
That's-
first year is guaranteed. Everything else is voidable, so they can cut him after 1 year and it won't hurt him at all. It's smoke and mirrors kind of contract.
All right. When Green Bay picks, you guys got to put your phones down.
Yeah, for real.
Look at Brandon. Look at Brandon. Brandon's like, damn it.
It ain't that serious.
I am interested in the Saints pick though. I want to know where they're.
I don't know who they go with.
I could see Barmore right here.
No.
The pick is in.
They need another running back or wide receiver.
Screw that. I'm going to look.
I don't see anything yet on the Saints.
It's not my team. I'm going to look.
A wide receiver. Here, I'm going to see the wide receiver's name, but like a cornerback or like a linebacker here would be kind of good. Or that safety from TCU, maybe.
Brandon, you got it?
No.
Go ahead and shut it out.
I thought I heard him say, "Oh."
I'm looking at safety from TCU for this pick, but
I don't see it.
I don't see anything.
I don't see anything.
They need a defensive back bad.
They need.
I wouldn't mind Tevin Jenkins either. I really wouldn't.
Does it sound weird?
Packers are officially on the clock.
All right, let's end this. No.
Oh, we ran out of time. No.
I'm trying to figure out who the Saints picked.
I know. I can't find it.
I know. I just keep thumbing through. I had to stop real quick and give Quiddy Pay a follow.
I guarantee they made a bad pick. They don't really pick very well sometimes.
They don't.
This is sometimes on crazy drugs.
Brandon, I think you can relate to this. One of the radio guys that I follow, that I talk with, Robbie Stanley here in Nashville, he's a Packers fan. He goes, I don't even want to look.
Yeah, and
if
the problem is there's so many. I like the linebacker out of Notre Dame. I can't even say his name.
Joker.
Joker.
Yeah, Joker. I like Elijah Moore. I mean, there's a lot. There's
Looks
a lot.
You guys might get more.
Does anybody have the Saints pick?
No.
Yeah, Peyton Turner.
Who the hell is that?
Who the hell is that?
Unless somebody's lying to me. Wait,
is that
I'm
real?
Sorry. Wait, yeah, Peyton Turner.
Is that a created player on Madden?
Go get Elijah Moore, Green Bay. Go get Elijah Moore.
He's the
you have to get Elijah Moore.
Pass rusher.
They won't.
Who is this guy?
They'll probably take a punter.
And the Saints
After the day the Packers had, you better pick a weapon.
You know that ain't happening.
And the Saints continue to pick bad.
Who the hell is that?
Who the fuck is Peyton
He's
Turner?
a defensive end.
Is that real? Did it really?
It is. University of Houston, Peyton Turner.
What?
It's real.
I don't even remember if I've ever seen his name, to be honest with you.
Unless I said it wrong, but
No, it's Peyton Turner.
Yeah,
No, you're absolutely right.
Yep.
Peyton
Okay.
Peyton Turner, defensive end. Yep.
A late high riser for the first round. Oh God, here we go.
Green Bay better get a wide receiver.
Great on him. Oh my God, they reached.
Hey, why is Allen Robinson trending on Twitter right now?
I have no clue.
Now he's probably
saying he's got a quarterback.
Now he's done
Yeah,
pouting.
he probably wants to stay now.
Now he's done crying. Yep. He's done.
You know what's
He ain't worth
horrible
20
about
million, though.
you know what's horrible about
agree,
Allen
Wyatt.
Robinson is he took $500,000 more to go to the Bears over the Packers.
Is that true?
Yeah,
I don't know
Yeah.
why he did.
It is.
he picked Chicago.
The
That would
Colts
have
were
been
on
nuts.
him too, right to the very end, but wouldn't pay that amount either.
He likes the Chicago. I think that's why he chose it, but that was dumb because Trubisky.
I think my gut says Green Bay goes offensive line here. Could be wrong.
Elijah Moore would be a good pick though.
I mean,
It would be. It's hard to kind of.
I mean, Brandon, if it's like Tevin Jenkins or Elijah Moore, shit.
Yeah, I'll take one of those. I'll take the Joker, whatever his name is, out of Notre Dame.
Yeah.
It's hard to really mess this up because there is a lot of talent here.
Yeah, offensive tackle, wide receiver.
Yeah.
I just want you to take Christian Barmore so I can actually say I picked it right and had 7 people in the first round.
I'm refreshing my Twitter feed now.
You got to put your phone down.
No, fuck that.
He's like,
Oh, he makes everybody else put their fucking phone down, but he can't.
That pick was a lot different. He had been talking about it all day.
I was getting nervous.
Everybody on Packer Twitter wants Elijah Moore, but that's usually
They go off.
I wouldn't even mind that
Kyle
Trevon.
Trask. They drafted Kyle Trask.
God,
Dude, I
They draft Kellen Mond. Kellen Mond.
Oh man, you guys
They like
would
his
be
potential.
like punching your screen.
You would see my fist go through the camera.
I'm still stuck on this Peyton Turner pick.
I know that's
I'm like scrolling up.
That's why I said, is he a created player on Madden? I've never even heard of that guy.
God. Just don't trade out now. Take
Hey
Elijah
Adam, did you
Moore.
see this?
Packers pick is in.
Yeah, I did. That's good. I did
Who's it
see
gotta
that.
be?
I should've-
Packers pick is in.
They trade Eric Stokes.
You guys are all wrong.
Oh God.
I'm just joking. I was just seeing what Brandon's reaction would be.
Oh, I'm refreshing Twitter like it is nobody's business.
I mean, they at least knew who they wanted. That's a quick
Oh
pick.
my god.
Please be Kellen Mond.
Oh
Oh god.
wow.
One of the guys on Twitter, Saints are a joke.
Yeah, they are.
Hey, did anybody see Juan's new profile pic?
No, what'd he do?
It's Justin Fields.
Bears Twitter is going to be unbearable. No pun
Yeah,
intended.
Brandon is going to be in
You're
a,
welcome.
Brandon is going to be in a livid mood for about 4
Wow.
Who is this guy?
Wow.
Who did they pick?
Are you fucking
is this
kidding
guy?
me?
So I guess it wasn't Christian Barmore.
Eric
Who is it?
Stokes.
Did I call it right earlier? Eric Stokes?
AJ, you've never mentioned Eric Stokes once in your life, dude.
But who is that though?
Are you being serious? Is it really Eric Stokes?
Yeah.
Who the fuck is
Who the
that?
fuck is Eric Stokes?
I literally see it on my screen. Who is Eric Stokes?
Steven should know. He's Mr.
Can
Know It
somebody
All.
tell me who Eric Stokes is?
I'm still trying to find it.
He's a cornerback out of Georgia.
No, I should know him. I don't even know him.
Adam's like, I should know him. I don't even know him.
I don't. I should. He plays at Georgia.
Come on.
Is that
He
like
ran
a
a
colossal,
4.2 40.
Is that a colossal fuck you to Aaron Rodgers with that pick or what?
Bro, it says he's 47 years old. This is
Hey,
right.
dude, get off the wrong. You're on the wrong wiki. Get off there, bro.
Dude, what's going
What-
on?
what-
Oh, okay, wait. No,
Somebody
it's
want
wrong.
to check Brandon's pulse?
Yeah, Brandon is stone faced. Look at him. He's like,
Okay, no, I'm sorry. He's not. He's 20.
yeah. I
I
don't
thought
think
they would have went wide receiver.
Rhino, you're awful quiet. Let's hear it.
I don't hate the pick.
But is he a first round pick?
No. No. No.
He was
It's interesting.
third round grade on him.
No. That's a dude that I saw for months who was mocked at the end of the second, early third. For months. And that was even after his pro day. For months, I've seen him mocked at the end of the second, beginning of the third. You had Elijah Moore. You had other options that were first-round pick quality players, and that's who you pick.
They say he's a freak athlete, 4'2", terrific size, 6'1", 94 pounds. So it says good to add to the secondary that was torched in the NFC title game. Okay. So why have Kevin King? Why re-sign him then?
See, that's the kind of shit that I'm talking about. If you're gonna sign Kevin King, no one was going to be jumping out of the war room to try and get Kevin King before the draft. If you got guys like Richard Sherman who are still free agents, Kevin King wasn't going to be signed before the draft. So if you were worried about getting a cornerback in the first round and that's why you signed Kevin King, fine. But then you go out and draft a cornerback in the first round, a guy that was graded in the third?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here with that. You've got to be kidding me with this shit.
Yeah, they probably could have got him in the second.
Rhino, you're not with
He
Darcy tonight, are you?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
He looks like a Jair Alexander type of cornerback.
That's who
I'm-
the corner is.
I'm not. I mean, obviously, let me preface this by saying I hope to God this guy is the cornerback 2 on the opposite side of Jair. Obviously, that's who I
Where-
want him to be.
Where are you seeing second and third round grade? I'm looking everywhere. I'm looking says mid to late first round.
I have
Is
not.
the-
Which mock did you see him in the mid?
He's-
To,
I'm looking at grades on NFLDraft.net. He's the fastest cornerback in the draft.
I understand that, but
4.25.
the last 3 mocks I saw his name in had him in the last 10 picks of the second round.
Yeah, but I don't mock drafts are. Travis Etienne went in the top 25, so nobody had him in the top 25.
A lot of people had him in the top 25. At least ones that I saw. I mean, it obviously it differs, but I just
Packers got worse today.
I was
Everybody
gonna
else
say,
got
it
better.
makes it worse for you guys with the players that were still on the board. That's the thing.
It makes it worse because everybody in the division made good picks as well.
Yeah, that's true.
And I'm sick of drafting cornerbacks in the first round. It's just I'm sick of it. We wasted them 3 years in a row.
Didn't Jair Alexander go first?
Yes,
4 years
he was
ago?
yeah.
He was a
That's
good
the
pick.
only one that's worked out in the first round for us.
No, your free safety. What's his name?
Darnell Savage.
Yeah,
He's good.
One of my buddies that follows me on we follow each other on Twitter, he said, "No wonder Aaron Rodgers is pissed at the Packers."
So this is NFL.com. Their draft projection was second round. The Draft Network. So we're seeing what it was on the Draft Network. Their ideal role is outside only corner in sub package situations. Pro Football Network. Let's see. He could eventually develop into a first team player. These are sites that are saying this guy isn't even a starter quality cornerback.
His tape looks good.
Well, I mean, what does that mean? Jameis Winston's tape look good.
Well, I mean, he's a physical corner. He's fast. He's big. I think you can shut down 2 good wide receivers on a team with him. To be honest, but I don't hate the pick.
Of course, you don't hate the pick.
No, I mean, like,
The Packers-
okay, I'm being unbiased here, but if you
Okay,
like big
all right.
physical corners,
Here's something-
I don't hate the pick.
Eric Stokes redshirted his first year in Athens. During the time, he found mentorship in most recent Georgia cornerback in the first-round selection, DeAndre Baker. When his time came, Stokes would put lessons from Baker to good use, whatever that is.
So here's one scout's take on Eric Stokes. His weaknesses: technique can get sloppy, panic can set in when receiver forces the issue, play speed doesn't line up with pro day testing, transitions can be a bit mechanical, not agile in short areas, can get grabby at the top of a route stem, stiff lower half will limit his NFL potential. Explosive route runners are going to give him trouble at the next level. If you wanted a project cornerback, fine. Don't take him in the fucking first round.
And Corona. Look at it.
There is absolutely no interest by this front office to get better right now. All they're doing is they're pumping the brakes, they're coasting downhill until it's time for Aaron Rodgers to leave, and then they're going to put all their focus and attention into Jordan Love. That's all they give a shit about.
Is this guy sleeping? Oh, he's texting. I'm not.
Everybody in the division got better with their first round draft picks, but Green Bay. Everybody. And just like in the free agency period, everyone else got better but Green Bay. So what are they trying to do to get over the hump? I'm not okay with drafting 27, 28, 26, 29 every single year. Either draft 32nd or move up and draft in the top 20.
Well, it's not just that either. I mean, Elijah Moore's sitting out there.
I don't know, man. I don't get that pick in the slightest bit.
We got here.
What are you thinking here? That Devin Funchess is going to come back and be his fucking his elite level production? Like, come on, dude.
Yeah, I mean, Donald Driver can come back and do something.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan. I'm not that fan in the slightest bit. I'm not a fan of that pick in the slightest bit. I don't like that pick. If you want a project cornerback, Eric Stokes is a project cornerback. If you wanted a project cornerback, go get him in the 3rd round. Go get him in the 4th round and develop him. Fine. But when you have the pieces there that can make a day one impact, don't take a project cornerback at 29.
Today, I thought after the news today of Rodgers being upset with the front office, they would actually give him a gift and give him like a guy like Elijah Moore or something like that. But I mean, the guy's upset and he wants people around him to win games. And
listen, like the narrative with Rodgers and the help has got to stop. It's got to. Like,
it's not help though.
He has help. He has guys.
To be honest with you, Brandon, he has Devontae Adams, but
outside
as far as that, why not get a young receiver to pair him with? You know.
Well, they're investing into MVS, and the coaching staff believes in him, and so does Rodgers. And I would have loved Elijah Moore in that position, but again, keep in mind, this was the number 1 offense last year. Historically, great offense last year. The one thing Aaron Rodgers doesn't have consistently is a defense.
So go ahead. I apologize, Brandon.
He's got a 9.38 RAS score. It's like the highest in the draft. Stokes does.
My thing is this:
if he locks up Mooney, fuck.
How many times are you going to go through a draft where there's a guy that's available that can make an impact day 1, and you decide to go with a guy that's going to make an impact year 2?
This is what they do, though. This is no different than when they drafted Aaron Rodgers. It's no.
I understand that, but there's also a reason why they haven't won a Super Bowl in a decade.
But I mean, again, outside of Tom Brady, not many other quarterbacks have either.
You have to tote that line between drafting and developing and drafting for a guy that can make an impact day 1. You have to tote that line, and they're too far outside of that line on the side of draft and develop. I love the draft and develop concept. I like it. It has given Green Bay a lot of great players. But eventually you're going to have to come to a point and say, all right, this guy can make an impact week 1, right now. This guy can be on the field making plays.
I think there's again, the Green Bay has 10 draft picks this time. I think that I would hope that they go and make some more moves in the 2nd round. There's still a lot of receivers left on this board. We don't know what they're going to do. They may trade up into the early 2nd round. We don't know yet.
Now, if Elijah Moore is still on the board day 2 and they move up, the 2nd, 3rd pick, I will gladly.
There's Rondell Moore, Brown out of North Carolina, Terrence Marshall. I mean, there's a lot there yet.
I will gladly admit that I overreacted and say, hey, all right, cool. They did the right thing. But as of right now, I don't like the Stokes pick because Stokes is a guy you could have easily gotten at the end of the 2nd round. I don't think he was on a whole lot of guys' boards that early.
Hey, I'm just going to mention something. We're at 3:58, so you might want to do an outro here.
Yeah, all right. We're gonna start wrapping up the show. Thank you, everyone who joined in. Thank you, Steven. Thank you, Brandon, Wyatt, Adam, AJ. Thank you for those who were here early, Blake and Juan. This has been a very disappointing end to the Lounge Room Network. I react out of emotion, so I may be overreacting right now. Obviously, Eric Stokes has a lot of physical potential, so we'll see what that draft pick turns out to be. I think they could have done better at the time, but regardless, that is yet to be determined. So on behalf of everybody at the Lounge Room Network, thank you all for joining us on our 2021 draft special. We are going to gladly call it an end of the evening. And catch you guys later. Go Pack.
Go Bears.